Rise and shine, dear viewers. Not that I wish to imply you've been sleeping on the job. Rise and smell the lunacy. Yes, it said lunacy. After all, this is Limbus Company, not Half-Life 2. Hello everybody, welcome back. FrigidNet here as always. And it's a morning stream and it will be for a few weeks due to my work schedule being a little screwy. I'm not quite sure which of the... Maybe we should just use the, one ticket for that. This ticket. I mean, that does seem to be the best one available. But of a funny thing, though, I used the... Let's see if we can find it here. So I used the guaranteed 3-star deck extraction ticket and got this. What's funny about that? Oh, just the fact that I happened to extract... I happened to get that one from the dispenser within the last week. Because I needed a Honglu ID for a bleed team that I wanted to try against some of the boss fights for Kanto 8.
정화는 끝났나?
이 정도야 뭐 애들 장난이었죠.
Freaking Murphy's Law, man. Okay, so the issues are don't have enough thread. Okay. Like I said, freaking Murphy's Law. Maybe not that one.
다음 오창까지는 돌아오겠습니다.
Yeah, I actually been through this already. Really need that jump start. Alright, okay. There we go.
자, 12수 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고. 물론이고 꺾게 제쳐라. 목을 떨궈주마.
I don't know, I don't feel overwhelmed. If anything, maybe underwhelmed.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요. 이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 멀겠지만.
That should finish him off. We should get Faust a rather nice boost for her sanity.
양을 흩뜨려라.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't all that much of a boost.
이어 길을 열어. 혈염도 바로. 그쪽 방이 아닐 텐데.
좀 추상네.
형님을 홍원에서 다시 보려는 영영 없을 거라 생각했는데 이곳에 형님은 죽지 않고
See, never thought I'd see you and hug you in again, big brother. So in this world, you managed to survive. You seem crap. Okay. Yeah, you'd still be struggling anyway. That's more like it. Yeah. That ought to do.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고. 배워라, 묘.
Well, crap. You right there, Sinclair? I think he's doing alright. Just to be sure. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'm not so sure how that would translate to being to dominating. Maybe it's the SP. Okay, yeah.
색색이 황홀하고 아예 기억 못하게 하려는 길이구려.
Okay. Yeah. Still neutral, huh? It's a bit odd. I don't know. There's gonna be a problem. Huh? Should be good. I mean, this is the last level of the labyrinth.
목을 떨궈주마.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
배워라, 묘.
Huh. I know that one's got more coin power. The same skill in both cases. Right? Yeah, it is. If enemy staggered during this unit's attack, one ally with the lowest SP has plus 2 SP heal efficiency next turn. Yeah, go with that. Well, let's see. Is she targeting? Why take an unnecessary risk if I don't have to? Good, good. No, wait, gotta do it right. Good, good. Let the koi power flow through you. Wait, what? You know what? Someone would probably make that in the sound clip. Good, good. The coin power flow through you.
말로 받아내라. 저 해충을 도려내라. 물 넘고 꺾여 제쳐라. 오여 길을 열어라.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
You dang right it'll conclude with victory.
배워라, 묘. 배워라, 묘.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, base power +1 for every 2 speed difference. Okay, so it takes care of those skills. Yeah, Sinclair and Gregor aren't being targeted by anything. I mean, okay, so Sinclair was being targeted by something. So that's the best chance that I have of Faust winning such a clash. Ugh. Oh. That's right.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
If I'm not mistaken, Zulu doesn't get dismissed based on how much damage she takes. It's based on how much damage he has.
좋아요. 그렇다면 그 몸은 홍원의 군주로서 들어보겠다.
Oof. Hey. Target fixed. Okay, so he's targeted Rodion for that. Time to start spamming ego. What's the passive for this one? Well, yeah, that's gonna be useful. Not! Use it anyway. You doing 820? Oh, well, just let you know one thing. Force something to get dialogue effect. I could try to. Hey, there you go. Alright. Oh, wait. Right then. So each dialogue effect removes around 200 to 300% of Jiaochu's defense. When you reach 3 dialogues, his defense will be gone. And I'm not going to spoil it further. I think she's got a good chance of winning that. Ah, shoot, that's right. There we go. how to get the dialogue. When you get past this part, you'll use that one skill with 4 unbreakable coins, and you gotta send Honglu clashing with that skill. Okay.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
Crap.
모험하고 색색이 화물하고 아예 기억 못하게 하려는 길이구려.
Ah, dang it, he's staggered Honglu.
기록에 따라 당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데. 배워라, 묘.
Well, you cooked. Yeah.
묻어만둘 셈인가.
Oh. It seems Honglu recovered from that stagger somehow. Let's see you win this clash! Won't be able to use speed. Maybe I will. Nah. It's cheaper! I'm kidding. It clashes better. What the? How did Rodion end up so... Where did the bind come from? Oof. Oh yeah. Here comes the big one.
넘고 무수히 넘고 얼마든지 걷고 제쳐라.
Send in the war horse.
이지대로 더 보여봐라.
다음 세상으로 넘어가려면 자 여기구나.
Brother, speaking of cooking, I've been cooking up a few theories regarding this game. But, I figured I'd hold off on sharing those at least until after I clear Kanto 9.
겹겹의 주문은 뚫어보이겠어. 세계에서 형님께 이런 재미난 것을 들을 수 있다고 어찌 아무도 내게 말해주지 않았단 말인가.
Let's see. Yeah, I missed that. What the? How'd you get staggered? Use fluid sac to heal Honglu next turn. You gotta get 2 more dialogues now. Okay. Oh shoot! Yeah, he really needs it! Okay, so Sinclair. Nutty? I thought he had +1 coin power. Kind of a general or something. Did that wear off, or is it because of something else at play?
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
자로요.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한테는 조금 멀겠지만.
자, 빌어보세. 이 돌이 기꺼이 그대에게 가서 맡기를.
나의 손으로 잘라낼 수 있다면
언제까지 묻어만둘 셈인가?
Ah, man, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah! But I gotta use Fluid Sac again. Gotta do some healing. Probably ought to use Pursuance too. Wait, does he?
한화 휴재 개인의 골몰지 마시오. 전장에 전념하시오.
How does he only have one stack left? Because you used it 2 turns ago. There we go. Nope. Wait, what? Oh, okay. But this is gonna work better. Well, maybe. No, this would, because higher SP.
일기당천.
네 의지대로 더욱을 넓어주마.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요. 기록에 따라 당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다.
혈역도 바로. 인과 예를 가르쳐 오랜 악행을 지운다니 순서가 잘못됐군. 오랜 악행을 철저히 짓밟고 나서야
Let's see.
인과
See the
예
the education and humanity. Educate. Ah. I was able to catch all that. Phooey. Well, he's got 2 stacks of dialogue now. That's the important part. Oh. And once more. Indeed. Might as well use that. Because this battle will conclude with victory. One way or another. better chance of winning that clash. That's why.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Maybe I should have used the overclocked version. Well, no going back on that now.
목을 떨궈주마.
색색이 황홀하고 아예 기억 못하게 하려는 길이구려.
내 팔은 뼈에 있었어. 자로야.
My unbreakable coins are tougher than yours.
배워라, 명. 언제까지 묻어만 둘 셈인가?
Huh? How the heck did he take so much damage? Spam egg, sausage and spam. Spam, 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 beans and spam. That's what's on the menu. Oh. Meld. One more game. One more game. Ah, moment.
목을 콱 물어버리자.
Of course, there's a pretty steady rule that I have.
보여봐라.
Always assume that the boss fight is going to keep going until the very moment that it actually ends. So, like, say with a Souls-like game, never assume that the strike you're about to land is going to be the last one. In a game like this, always assume there's going to be at least one more round. Now, you don't want to overextend or something like that, you know?
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
재앙무진 참초재근
Let's see.
군주로서 나는 누구에게도
Evil must be
이해를 구하지 않기를.
mercilessly wrested from their roots. The path I have chosen as the Lord of Hongyuan is a path unburdened by the need to seek understanding from others. Thus, Big Brother, no, Jiachu, this dialogue has met an impasse.
더 이상 성사되지 않는다.
It's unclashable.
날개를 펼치고 목을 떨고 힘을 걸어.
Ouch. Let's see. TS creeped into my For You page somehow. Forget it. Just use counter defense here. Nah. Spam!
다음 세상으로 넘어가려면 자 여기구나.
사사로운 우리가 네 뜻을 갖는 것이다. 그렇다면 그
How
우리가
am I supposed to read that if the camera keeps moving around like that?
의미 없다. 두려워하지 말아라. 그것은 네 생각을
Do
말하는
not fear the
비밀이지
futility.
않아.
There will be time for that. It'd be kind of nice if there's like a log or something I could pull up. Oh, okay. Maybe not. She's low on health. Yeah. Oh, not fast enough. That'll work. Oh, shoot. That'll work.
일기당천.
해머로 꿰뚫어라. 배워라. 명.
Gotta make sure to stay hydrated.
저 해충들을
이거리는
보여내라.
너한텐 좀 멀겠지만
Even if people don't use the hydrate redeem, still gotta stay hydrated.
아유, 짐승.
기록에 따라 당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다. 이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
나의 손으로 잘라낼 수 있다면
Ah, dang. Still low on health. Faust! He's probably gonna be able to get some good damage off of that. Let's see.
와리를 튼 밴 근처엔 오지 말랬잖아.
He's got, let's see, 46 times 5%. Yeah, that's gonna be more than 100% chance of getting a critical hit. For every 8 poise on self. Yeah, that's a lot of coin power. Oh, if this unit has serpent arm +1 for every 5. 10% damage for every poise on self. Plus 100% damage on critical hit, which is going to be guaranteed. Yeah, that's going to be a big freaking hit. Wait, yeah, you'd have to win that clash, but that's not gonna help a whole lot, I think.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
자로야. 그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
203, not bad, but I've seen higher.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Crap. Huh? Oh, shit. Okay, 5 rupture on target. Oof! You...
불가 위야. 막아내지 못하리.
배워라, 묘.
Hey, there we go. Juan lets out a frustrated sigh.
있자니 답답하고.
This is unbearable. An utterly vain exchange. As I said earlier, what hunger needs is a realist at its helm who knows how to pursue the practical interests.
그 이상 그
How do none of you understand that there's nothing more, nothing less to it than that?
죽고 사는 것에만
Because we are so
급급한
busy
그들에게
living
필요한
and
건
dying, neither immediate and
당장
tangible
눈앞에 보이는
interests to be
이익이라고.
fulfilled.
설사
It
그것이
doesn't matter if they're just delusions or fantasies. All they need is for someone or something to enable them to visualize and witness their desires and dreams.
필요한 것일 테지.
That is all there is to it. That
그것이
is
틀린 말은 아니군.
not incorrect.
허나 가환.
Yet
너의
Jiahuan,
돈은 이치에 맞을지언정.
while your ways sound
안에 있어야 할
reasonable, it is
것이
hollow.
그렇다면
Then,
치유
Brother
형님의
Chu,
도라함은
what would you say that you
인의
walk the way of humanity and righteousness?
네가 보았을 때는
What did you
나의 돈은
see?
어떻게 보이던가?
What shape did my way take in your eyes?
제게는 조금
I saw
뜨거운 것 같아요.
fervor, burning,
많은 걸 녹여주는
like fire,
불처럼
melting many
보였거든요.
things away with its warmth.
녹이는 불이라.
Fire that melts.
내게는 그렇게
So
보인다.
that is what you see. If you
어질다는
indeed walk the
것은
way of humanity and righteousness,
무엇인가요?
then what does it mean to be virtuous?
방금 네 입으로 말했다.
You have said it yourself.
오랫동안 쌓인 악행.
Years of fell
그것이
deeds have shaped the valleys that devoured men. People have accepted the broken, iniquitous establishment as reason, as part of immutable nature.
그 사이에서
And in this malformed existence, the hearts of men were cooled and hardened.
그것이 인의다.
But benevolence, the true humanity of righteousness, is what softens the calcified heart.
대관원의 모든 이들은
The
내게
Guanyin
침묵을
demanded me
원했지.
silence.
그날에 대해
Do
묻지
not ask
말고
about that day.
알려고도 하지
Do
말라.
not try to learn more of that day.
감히 품어선 안
It
되는
was but the
탐욕이
consequences of
불러
the forbidden avarice, pitiful
가련하고도
yet deserved.
마땅한 운명. 흘려보내야 했던
You weren't the only one who's forced to let everything float away, Jiao Bao Yu.
하지만 나는 놓지
The
않았어.
difference is that I never did let go.
아무것도
But there was nothing.
아무것도 떠오르지
There
않았어요.
was nothing but an infinite, bottomless darkness.
그저 누구든 간에
All I could think of was that I
저를
wanted
붙잡고
someone to hold me and tell me that it was
괜찮다고
all going to
말해주면
be okay.
비록 어르신들은
The others could be stern from
때때로
time to
엄격할
time,
때도
but
있었지만 대관원에서
they cared for me more so
누구보다
than
저를
anyone else
어렵게
in
여겨주는
the Guanyin did.
분들이었으니
들어가거라 보가
Enter now, little Bao Yu.
선인들께서
The reviewed
너를
Xian Ren
기다리고
awaits.
모조리
I wanted to let it all out.
털어놓고 싶었어요.
All of it.
제가 보았던
Everything that I witnessed,
하지만
but never should have been made to.
보아서는 안 되었던 것들에 알 수 없는 것들이
Ex-
서로를 향해 울부짖던 희열, 죽어가는 사람들의 원망,
Didn't quite expect those noises.
소리,
The ecstatic screech of the eldritch things, the echoing hatred of the dying and the dead, the wailing universe.
웃음소리, 고함소리,
Laughter, shouting,
함성소리,
screaming, the nothing. Hello there, Rex Board.
소리.
Welcome on in.
오늘 이후로는
After today,
내게는 더 이상
nothing
좋은
good will
일이
ever happen
일어나지
to me
않을 거예요.
again.
매일 아침마다
This is the moment that will rest me from slumber every morning,
밤마다
and every night it's
저를
going to
잠들지
drag me from
못하게
sleep.
그러니까
So please,
부디 나를
Please comfort
위로해주세요.
me.
괜찮으니까
tell me that everything's going to be
무서워하지 않아도
okay.
된다고.
Tell me I don't have to be scared anymore.
왔구나, 보가.
Welcome, little Bao Yu.
몇백 년 동안 보았던 것 중
I've not watched anything as exhilarated as that sight in centuries.
나는 처음이 제일
The beginning was the most enjoyable part.
부터 휘었는데
One that pathetically clung to her life, scrambling away from the chaos in spite of that twisted ankle. Oh, it is truly fascinating how a mere crawling human could be so engaging to watch. The entity from the outskirts, conceived and born from the calm mother's womb, certainly reached adulthood swiftly. Truly, it was a most magnificent sight. I'll not soon forget the glint of hunger in its eyes when the reproductive instincts kicked in. Did you see the contortion of the mother's face when she saw the creature burst from her womb? Madness took her swiftly. Indeed, what a dramatic finale it was. To watch the claws arrive just in time. They have exceeded our expectations indeed, leaving quite literally nothing behind. It was just as we had heard. Most heavily offered it was. We shall reminisce it to sustain our amusement for months to come with this rare gift of yours. Bao Yu, oh dear little Bao Yu, you are our family's peerless jade. Its shine is like a mirror in a window that reflects to us what lies beyond the iron threshold of the Tianken Temple. Do persevere to cleanse and shine your lights. Ensure that its glint is unmarred by cloudiness.
오라버니, 뭐 하고 있어?
What are you doing, big brother?
왜 날아가는 연을 붙일
Come on, your
생각하지
kite's
않아?
flying away. Go catch it.
붙잡아 무얼 하겠어?
And do what?
제 갈대로
Let
날려가는
it float away
거지.
to wherever the wind takes it.
저쪽 떼기밭 머리에 나는
Over yonder, on a small field,
꽃무덤을 하나 만들어
made
놓았어요.
burial flower petals.
꽃주머니에
I collected the petals and blossoms in my flower pouch and gave them a pretty burial.
땅에
That way,
그렇다면
even when they return to
훗날
dust,
변하더라도
they'll still be clean like they were never
처음부터 아무것도
ever here,
없었다는 듯
right?
그렇게 꽃잎들을 묻어두고
Now that I've
있으니
buried them,
이 끝없는 색깔에
found myself freed from the suffocating endless flood of flowers.
그리하여 비로소
Only then could I
웃을 수 있었답니다.
smile.
가보. 너는 대관원에서
Jiao
너의
Bao
도를
Yu,
보았다.
you have abandoned your way in Daguanyun.
그리고 대관원
This way
밖에서
of
찾은
mine,
나의
learned beyond Daguanyun's hedges.
내게 인내를
It
가르쳐
taught me patience,
조용한 시간을
gave me
주었다.
peace.
인이 없는 욕망은
Desire
제 몸을
bereft of humanity and
불살지만
righteousness begets only self-immolation.
도를 따르는
Yet
욕망은
desire guided by adherence to the way
자연스러운
maintains
불씨를
its
간직하는
embers.
법. 때에 맞게 타올라
If fire does not
어둠을
rise to meet the
비추지
darkness upon its descent, all roads shall converge on a path with nothing but nihility at its culmination.
그 안에는 무엇이
So
있지?
what lies within Jiao Bao Yu?
네가 이미 오래전부터
What has
품고
slumbered,
있던 것
nestled
말이다.
within you all those years?
묻어두었어요.
I buried it all, brother.
복숭아 꽃잎이
On the
어지러이
same day, the
휘날리던
peach blossoms whirled like in a gale.
그날
구덩이 속에 들어가는 건
In the
결국
end,
나 자신.
only I alone enter the crater.
그러니
Thus, I am the only one who may lift
나를
myself
꺼내는 것
out of
역시.
its depths.
봉헌에 필요한 것은
But Hong Yuan needs.
보가, 너는
It's
저들을
about
모두
you. You
구할
cannot
수
save
없을
everyone.
거란다.
알아요.
I know I can't save everyone, but
저렇게 제
at
눈앞에서
least this
떨어지고
one
있는
person who's
사람만
about to fall, please.
상냥함이에요.
Is kindness.
그것은
To
관심이고
be kind is to care about one another,
동시에
to
감싸주기죠.
embrace those who suffer.
바로 옆에서 울고 있는 친구가
It is to
있다면
cry alongside a grieving friend.
같이
It
슬퍼하고
is to join in laughter when they are elated with joy.
기뻐하는 상냥하면서도
It needs the warmth of kindness and gentleness.
그 말은
Your words
넓게 흐르며
flow like a
마음을
vast winding
감싸려
river
하는
that
강과
wishes to
같구나.
bring all of existence into its gentle embrace.
하지만 상냥함
Yet kindness alone, while it
그것으로
may illuminate
주변을
those who surround you,
비춰줄
will never be enough
마음을
to embrace all
끌어안을
those
수는
who need it.
더군다나
Not to mention how
호만을
unbecoming of the
다스리는
Lord of Hanyuan it would be for him to weep
일희일비를
and
해서는
guffaw at
안
such
되지
little
않겠는가.
insignificant things.
아니에요.
That's not true. Honglu continues, his voice carrying more confidence than it did a moment ago.
눈앞에 보이는
If
슬픔과
people can
기쁨을
see, feel, and
보고
share the same
느끼고
sorrow
표현할
and
수
joy they
있다면
see in others,
그리하여
and if that moves them to
가까이
hold
있는
one
한 사람을
another,
안아줄 수
even
있게
if it's just
된다면
one other person,
그렇게 서로가 서로를 안아줄 수 있다면
everyone can be moved to embrace someone,
제가 만인을
to share
끌어안지
the warmth of
못해도
a fellow human. If I can't hope to hold them all by myself,
오래 기다린 것 치고는 부족한
that was quite the
답이었다.
lacking answer, given all the time I've granted you.
하나
But
그것으로 되었다.
it suffices.
허물하면 모든
In
것은
reality,
몸이 건조해질
everyone and
뿐이지만
everything becomes consumed by the monotonous, gray meaninglessness. But an empty canvas can be painted anew.
가치요.
Jia Chu, you've been waiting and
네가
prodding this
그토록
whole time for
기다리던
these
대답이
wishy-washy
고작
platitudes. I
이해할
just
수가
don't
없군.
understand
저놈이 짓거리는 것은
that idiot's
다스리는
drivel
것과는
could not be
한참
further from what it
거리가
means to
먼
rule.
상냥함 따위로는
Kindness can't give
만족감을
people
주지
the
못해.
satisfaction they
그런
desire.
것으로는 누구도
No
살리지
kindness has ever
못하고
saved any
줄인 배를
lives, nor did
채워주지도
it ever
못해.
nor did it ever fill a starving stomach. If he really believes that, he doesn't understand what kindness really is.
그딴 걸로는
You can't change Hongyan with such
공원을
foolish
바꿀
flights
수
of
없어.
fancy.
가환.
Jiahuan,
너는
you
네가
need only
옳다고
walk the
생각하는
path of
길을
your own
가면 돼.
choosing.
하지만
But in
이
this room,
방에서는
I shall pursue my own
나는
idea
나의
of true
길을 따를
humanity with
것이며
clarity,
물러서면
without a
없다.
moment's hesitation.
무슨
What are you
수작질이지?
doing?
나는 이제
Means that I
기권하겠다.
will forfeit the family hierarchy evaluation. What? There's a shocked hushed gasp from the speakers.
이로써
Now only
방해
Jiao
나를
Bao
지금
Yu and his clan
가보고
remain
그
and
새가
must remain.
뿐이어야 한다. 네가 나와 같은
Should you choose to
선택을
forego the
하지
same choice that I am about to make, then
이곳에서
prepare to
적지 않은
spill
피를
much
흘려야
blood.
할 터나
But it is not
너
the
역시
throne of the
가주의
family
신분,
hierarchy you have come
이곳에
here to
당도한
seek,
것은
is
아닐
it?
것이다. 잘 알고 있군.
You know me well.
그래.
My goal lies far
내
beyond this
목표는
insignificant
고작
squabble
공헌의
surrounding
가치가
who becomes the next hierarch of Hongyuan.
하지만 그렇다고 조종당하든 네
But I don't
말대로
appreciate being
움직이는
told what to do by someone who presumes he has some sort of control over me.
너는 겉으로 비열하고
Beneath your mask
감정에
of
몸을 실은
unscrupulousness
것처럼
and
보이지만
temperamentality,
속으로는
you're someone who
절제의
pursues nothing
인치만을
but the extremes of
추구하는
reason and logic.
그러니
And I believe your
여기서
reason will
물러설
lead you
수밖에
to
없겠지.
forfeit here as well.
알고 있어?
You know something?
이놈도 저 자식도
Oh, disgusting
아주 지독한
hypocrites, the
냄새가
both
나.
of you. The stench of hypocrisy
위선자의
follows you
헛된
both and
말에서
haunts
나는
every meaninglessly convoluted word born from your deceit. Gubo, we're leaving. I'll
기권하지.
forfeit the game as well.
이까지
I've already
동작
collected more than enough of these stupid coins. Brother Chu,
너는 지금 구름이
you're
되어
like a tuft of cloud floating high up in the heavens.
구름이 밟으면
Yes,
나무와
clouds do not bring suffering to trees, to earth, or to anything. It is not a force that tramples. How bizarre. Jiao Chu walks past us, making his way toward the exit of this room of his own accord.
그러나 그뿐이다.
But clouds cannot do more than that.
네가 입에 담은
To embrace a fellow human
바로
as
앞에
defined by the
그분을
shape of
안아주기
humanity
위해서
and righteousness you
구름이
spoke of.
아닌
You must walk the earth with your own 2 feet as a human yourself, not float by as a lofty tuft of cloud.
이를 유념하며
Mind this as you open your own
너의
path.
기억력.
That Jiao Chu unfastened the rope from his waist and handed it over to Hong Lu. A huge bundle of coins, several times greater than the sum of every coin we've collected so far, jangled heavily.
잠깐.
Wait, but why? Jiao Chu left the room without saying another word. Now that's a yapper. Are you referring to Jiao Chu, just to be sure? Oh, probably. Jiao Chu and Jiao Huan of the Jiao family have both been simultaneously eliminated from the game via forfeiture.
잠깐만.
Hold on, doesn't that put us in first place?
그러면 좋은 거 아니냐?
Oh, what's wrong with us? I'd much rather come in first and second.
그런 문제가 아니잖아요. 저희는
That's not the
한국에
problem.
있는
We're here to pick up the golden
황금가시가
bow for the
필요한
treasury, not
거지.
see Hong Lu in the
필요한 게
throne of the family hierarch. As the sinners were chaotically scrambling from this unthinkable turn of events.
계시잖아요.
Wait, there's someone out there who's still
간절히 원하는
trying her
분이에요.
damnedest to become the family hierarch,
포기하지 않고
and she still hasn't given up.
사실상 1등이
Looks like we all have a pretty good picture of who's going to be our next hierarch, huh? There's only 10 minutes to go till the evaluation is complete. Hey, guys. You think of what I'm thinking? Sometime later.
심사가 끝났다.
Thus, the family hierarchy evaluation has come to an end. I extend my admiration and congratulations to every candidate and their clan for their exemplary participation in this event.
저 혹시 이게
So,
어떻게 된 일인지
this is
설명해
actually
주실 수 있어?
happening, right? Someone tell me how this is actually happening.
그 보배로운 결과가
I
비로소
implore all those
나왔으니
present to accept the
모두
sacred outcome with grace. Ironic coming from you.
최종 승자는
The victor will first ascend to the Tiarakan temple and to pay the respects to our revered elders. Then, upon returning to the surface, they will march to the first floor of Dagwanon and assume the seat of the family hierarch of Hangyuan.
그러니까 우리도 아직
I'll be honest,
위하려고
we're all still trying to understand how we
노력중이니까.
actually got here.
가주대전 최종
The
결과
following are the final results of this family hierarchy evaluation.
3위.
Third place, Pawn of the Jia family.
아가씨 너무 흥분하지 마시고 보는 눈이 많으니
My lady, please compose yourself. There are many eyes. You have a certain dignity to uphold.
2위. 가시가의
Second
보호.
place, Bao Yu of the Jia family.
그자가 무슨
Have you
연유로
any
그런
idea of why
행동을
he has
하였는지
done such a thing, Hong Lu? No.
아니요 저로서는
I don't know.
잘 못.
What the hell are you guys all talking about?
뭐 일단
Well, all's well that ends well, right?
그게 아니라
No, that's not. I don't. Why me? Why would I?
그리고
In first
가수가 될
place,
자리를
the next
얻게
veritable
된
hierarch
1위.
and the final victor of the family
가주
hierarchy
심사에서
evaluation.
최종 승리. 그러니까
I'm
내 가시가의
Shi Chun of the Jia family.
정말
I'm
가주가
really the next hierarch. The games ended with a hush devoid of even the perfunctory applause to mark its closure. Jia Shi Chun stood dumbfounded, still processing the situation. I still had no idea what Hong Lu was looking at. That's how the Family Heart War came to a close.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군.
응?
핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
Now I can actually grind some lunacy. Oi!
바꾼 원컨대
Let flourish from
내
my
어깨
back the
밑에
pinions of
날개라도
flight,
가는 꽃 따라
to chase the parting blossoms, the
높이
hilting
날고
voyage a
싶어.
sky-high plight.
아,
Ah, where at the edge of heaven
하늘
does it
끝
lie,
어디에
this flower mound?
너는
I bury you today if we
지금
have passed
죽어도
on.
내가 죽으면 어느 날에
But when will I
붙일까?
be buried when I am gone?
사람들은
I bury the
꽃잎도 좀
petals
나를
under people's
피우지만
mocking laughter.
이 다음에
But who shall be burying me then
나를 묻어줄
in
사람은
the hereafter?
누구일까? 묻힌 나를
No one will
보고
cry at my burial mound,
어느 날 아침
for as morning
봄이
springs
다하고
die and blossoms
꽃잎
wilt,
모든 건
they all float away and turn
한
to
무더기
silt.
흙으로
자, 손에 잔디
Already,
들고
boys and gals, grab your cups on my mark. Ahem.
시춘이가
Long may Shichun reign, the family hierarch. Long may she reign. Once all the guests had taken their seats, the banquet hall became packed, crowded, and chaotic. Except for where we were sitting. Long may she reign.
뭐야? 왜 아무도
Come on,
안 해?
guys, really?
이럴 때는
No one
신나게
joined in
먹고
on that
놀고
cheer. We gotta
마셔줘야
celebrate the
또
occasion.
힘내서
Stuff
다른 일도 하는
ourselves with
거지.
homemade food, play games, get wasted. Or else we gotta recharge for the next mission.
본인은 횟수만
Yet, I have...
아, 그러고 보니 이번엔
Oh, right. I would
소주한테
have
축하 편지 같은
So's
거
written something to
아니려나?
congratulate us.
이봐 이봐. 혹시 우리
Hey,
앞에
hey,
편지 같은
did
거
David send us a
받았어?
letter or something?
서신은
We haven't
그냥
received any notes, let alone a letter.
매정하긴. 우린
Rude.
유일하고
We're the team that came and sang it, you know. Rhodia grumbled, not sure whether it was this poor servant or the oddly silent sod she was calling rude.
보호가 다친
How are
거 하나
you?
없이
Are you hurt?
무사하니?
Any scratches?
네,
No,
괜찮아요.
I'm unhurt.
내내
I was so
불안했단다.
anxious throughout the evaluation.
갑작스레 무슨
Just what
이유로
errant fancy has
그런
taken hold of you to
위험천만한
risk
것을
yourself in such
하겠다고.
a dangerous ordeal?
어떻게 여기까지?
So, how did you get to the banquet hall?
아, 그것은 말일세.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a long one.
우리 림버스 커플이가
Aha! Thou wishest to hear our tale then? Forsooth, were I to bestow a title upon this adventure, I'd call it in which Limbus company claimeth the most glorious honor of attaining the ranking of the runner-up in a contest of might and wit. That's a long freaking title. Now, worry thee not, for this tale is shaped to consume over much of thy time, to account a few highlights of this adventure. One might call attention to the merciless march of walls closing in. Barely, some might even recall the interminable onslaught of rival candidates. Yet these trifles have all failed to smite us down. For we are...
오해가 있군요.
It seems that she has misunderstood my question. My intent was to ask by which means of travel have you come here?
아,
Oh,
가마를
we
타고
took a
왔답니다.
palanquin, mother.
그래.
I see. Then I suppose you're yet to have visited the revered Xianren.
먼저
Shouldn't you
인사를
pay your
드리고
visits to them
와야지.
first? Don't you
않게
think?
네 소식을
They must be so anxiously waiting for you, to hear about you.
네.
Yes, I'll visit them
곧
soon.
찾아 절 기다리긴 하셔도
Though I don't believe that they're exactly waiting to hear about me.
무사히
So,
복귀하셨군요.
you've come back safely.
태욱, 너도
Tell
무사했구나.
you, you're okay. Yes,
상처는
I've
많이
gotten much better.
나아졌으니 생명
As luck
보험까지
would have
이용할
it,
정도의
the injury
부상은
was not
아니라
so severe as to require
다행이었죠.
using the life insurance.
그건 그렇고
So,
그대들은
what are the circumstances that led you to
어찌 되신
sitting here?
아, 그건
Aha! If thou wishes to hear the tale in which, we were carried by a palanquin. Come again? Don Quixote, I think she's actually asking us how we managed to come in second place. Aha! Really?
네, 그렇습니다.
Yes, that was indeed my question. Please tell us what has transpired during the game, if you wouldn't mind. Then! Yeah, feel free to get the ball rolling.
자, 어디서부터 시작하냐면
Then I shall do as thou askest. Ere embarking upon this tale, one must first explore
같이
how we were made to convene in the fated chamber along with Jia Chu and Jia Huan, that discourteous cur. Thereafter,
그렇게 말한 뒤에
the
같이
dialogues complete. Jia Chu, all of a sudden, The part of the chamber, taking his entire retinue alongside him. Most puzzling decision. What is thou not saying? Oh, I quite scream a very bloody sentence in my ear. Thus, at the climactic finale, we were the only ones left in that room, alone with over 100 coins that Jiao Chu had left behind. As he and Jiao Huan both suddenly elected to forfeit the game. Well, what now? At this strange turn of events, we all stood around aghast and dumbfounded. Even Ishua was stuttering, just as confounded and lost as anyone else was about what happened. So, claiming these coins is going to shoot us up to the top of the leaderboard, right? But why? Why did they dump all these coins on us? Well, you know, this is the first. You know, this is the fifth time you've asked that exact same question, yeah?
저도 짐작 가는 바가 없네요.
I don't have a clue either. Whether Jiao Chu really is hard to read. I see that your expression has grown a touch brighter, Honglu.
그런가요?
Has it? Perhaps something has been unshackled from within.
제가 그런 말을 뱉게 될 줄은
I
미처
just don't think I'd ever
몰랐어요.
say anything like that.
상냥함이에요.
Is kindness.
그것은
To
관심이고
be kind is to care about one another, to
동시에
embrace those who suffer.
바로 옆에서 울고 있는
It is
친구가
to cry
있다면
alongside a grieving friend.
같이
It is to join in laughter when they are elated with joy.
하면서도 따뜻하게.
It is the warmth of kindness and gentleness.
그 말은
Your
넓게
words
흐르며
flow like a
만물을
vast winding
감싸게
river
하는
that wishes to bring all of existence into its gentle embrace.
그건
I thought
아주 오래전
that I'd
지나갔던
already let
일이라고
all of
여기고
it
있었거든요.
float past me a long, long time ago. Honglu's expression had changed, just as Yiseng observed. There's a degree of surprise shown towards something new, but there's also the smile of someone whose burden had suddenly been lifted. Never mind wildest dreams that I mentioned that we'd find ourselves enough coins to come in second place, let alone first. Hey, that reminds me. That moment, I'm pretty sure we were all thinking of the same person. Wait, there's someone out there who's still trying her damnedest to become the family hierarch. She still hasn't given up. Yeah. Holy crap! Almost got pancaked.
아가씨,
Are you alright, my lady? The heck are you guys doing here? Hi, we've been looking for you. What? What? Somebody translate, please. Why is everyone giving me that funny look? Sometime later. You're just giving me all these coins? Toads, we're cool now, right? No hard feelings? Shi Chun and Wei couldn't appear more serious if they tried, despite Rhodey's chummy attempts at breaking the ice. Wait, what the heck is this? Is this your way of showing pity? What kind of...
내 생각이지만 말이야.
Here's what I think happened, Shi Chun.
치우 형님께서는
Brother Chu isn't trying to
내가
seat me as the next
가져가더라는
hierarch by giving me all
여태 모은
these
동전들을
coins.
내가 적재적소에
I
사용할
believe he
것을
gave them to me
기대하고
because he's anticipating that I put them
넘겨주셨다고
into good use.
그러니 불쌍하게 여겨서
no,
주는
this
건
is a
아니야.
pity.
나보다 적합한
I just
주인에게
feel like they'd find more use in your
돌아가는
hands than
편이
in
좋을 것
mine.
같았걸.
고작
Don't,
이런 걸로
don't you dare presume this will
빚이
suddenly
전부
make us
청산될
even.
오빠가
You
내게 갚아야 할
owe me
시간이
much more than this, brother. You owe me time.
아가씨가 말로다 못할
My lady expresses her my unutterable, fathomless gratitude. Normally, Shi Chun would get irritated whenever Wei butted in, but she appeared to have grown calmer, much calmer. Instead of lashing out with her usual exasperation, she only stared at the tall pile of coins with a quiet but conflicted look.
이상하네.
Honey,
이렇게
now that I'm looking at these
동전들을
piles of
보고
coins,
있으니까
it feels like
대관원의 방들을
it
보고
feels like I'm
있는 것
looking at all the
같아.
rooms of Dagwanyun.
어렸을 땐
I used to hate that sight so much as a kid.
계속 보고 있으니까
I eventually grew out of that feeling,
언젠가부터
stopped minding that scenery.
아마 그때부터
I guess that's when I decided to leave Dagwanyun too.
가주라.
The family hierarch, huh?
내가
Can I
홍원의 가주 역할을
really be a good hierarch to
해낼 수
Hanyun?
있을까?
그럴
Yes, you can. There you go again.
또
For
그렇게
once,
대책
think
없이
before you
대답
speak.
일어나자.
Time
시춘
to get up, Shi-chun.
가주 심사가
The family hierarch evaluation
끝낼 거야.
will end soon.
히스클리프
What are you doing, Heathcliff?
카메라 보면서 연 날리고 있는데?
Give that camera the finger. What are they gonna do? Disqualify me? Game's over, you twits.
아, 들리는군. 눈을 감고
Alas, with eyes shut, my mind's focused sharply upon that image. The vision cometh to me. Oh, there cometh the roaring applause. There's no audience, no applause, nor dramatic stage lights to celebrate our success, but we still managed to neatly and comfortably secure both first and second place nonetheless. Which means that we managed to successfully complete our objective here at the Friendly Hierarch War. That pretty much sums it up. Gregor, who took the reins of Don Quixote's epic retelling after she left mid-explanation to share her adventurous tales with the servants, finished the story. I see, so is Jia Chu.
아직도 모르겠네.
I'm still having some trouble understanding the choice he made. Why did you just give it all away?
저희가 보았던
Perhaps part of Jia Chu's past we witnessed,
저희가 보지 못했던
and the life he lived beyond the hedges of Dagwanyan, of which we do not know,
마음의 차이를
have created this
만들어냈을
schism of
거라
understanding between us.
생각합니다.
Same kind of separation responsible for my understanding.
처음엔 그냥
I initially thought he was just some dangerous guy with a lot of hatred in him, but
뭔가 다른 생각이
there's definitely something else going on under the surface. It doesn't seem like he's here only to take revenge against the Dagwanyan either.
하지만
But I doubt he never considered vengeance. I'm sure he's killed those who took his family away from him again and again in his head.
어쩌면
Maybe he still hasn't let go of it completely.
드러나지 않기 위해
It must take a lot of effort to keep all of that simmering resentment under the surface. Sinclair muttered in a placid yet almost imperceptibly trembling voice. Yeah, I've got no clue what's going on in that bloke's mind, but he doesn't seem like the type to give up so easily.
지속해서 두고 봐야 할 자라는 것은 동감한다.
I agree. We should argue to stay vigilant of his presence.
뭐 그것도 그렇지만
Well, anywho,
중요한 건
what really matters is that Shichu's gonna be the next hierarch.
우리가 2등을 차지해서
And not only that, we came in
이미
second in the
알맞게
contest.
성공해버린
Mission
것들이
accomplished,
또.
huh? It appeared to me that Rhodey was already in a post-mission mode, as though the golden bow was already in our hands. So I'm just saying, just in case you think we're already out of the woods, we should probably cool up with these early celebrations until we actually accomplish the mission.
에이,
No way, they wouldn't boldly lie to our faces like that, would they?
말하고 나니까
I feel like I just jinxed it. We were really down to the wire this time, to be fair.
시춘 씨도 그렇고
And I'm not talking about just us, Shichun too.
이래서
That's all they say. Never tell us over, lad. Oi, I think this is a prime opportunity for you to head over to those pompous sods from earlier. Now's your chance to really take the piss out of them.
그럴
I
필요가
don't
있나요?
think that's necessary. Not every candidate we ran into during the Hierarch War was here. And those who were present were either quietly glaring down at their tables or pulling their hair out and muttering to themselves.
아무튼
Anyway, Shichun,
가지가 된 걸 정말
congrats you
축하해.
Big Shot Family Hierarch you.
평생 꿈꾸던
How's it
가수가
feel to achieve your lifelong dream?
제일 먼저
Oh, what's the
뭐라고
first thing you
싶어?
want to do? I made it clock you as a special one when I saw you back at Lamont Land. You weren't half bad as partners, huh?
웨이군도 시춘
Let's Wei not be excluded from this round of acknowledgements, as he has contributed much in the service of Miss Shichun as well. Your unwavering determination was most inspiring.
맞아요.
Yeah, right? And never give up. Always see things through to the end.
지당한 말씀.
Verily, thy sentiment rings most true. Thus share the tale of young Shichun and live as company with the rest of the city, shall I? So that every soul may one day learn of our adventure most stupendous. I shall personally see to it that every single citizen hears of it.
그냥 모르도록 둬.
That's not for every soul, you know.
그래도 함께한 적이
Well, I can't help
있으니까
but feel a smidge of pride after all that we've been through together. So, well, congrats. Even Ishmael joined in to impart a sheepish congrats. But, guys, Shichun's not here. It seemed that in their excitement, they all failed to realize that Shichun herself was nowhere to be seen.
아, 시춘이는 철암사의 어르신들에게 가주 승계를
Shichun's
받아야
left for the
해서요.
Tiakim
잠깐
Temple
자리를
to have her
비웠어요.
ascension to the hierarchdom confirmed by the elders. I see, thanks. Also, would you mind telling us stuff like that sooner? Oh, hold on!
저놈 잠깐.
I know that bloke. Heathcliff rolled up his sleeves before striding full speed towards someone.
야, 너 우리한테.
Oh, you there! Got anything clever to say to our faces now, smart ass?
없냐?
Yeah, smart guy?
다시 만나서 반가워.
Nice to meet you again, and kudos for getting what you came here for. Is that what you wanted to hear? All your boss about knowing what who deserves how many coins and whatnot. Look at us now. Guess who came first?
그래?
Well, my coins have circulated from hand to hand and landed in the hands of the one who truly deserved them.
뭐? 너희는
Which clearly wasn't you guys, given that your team is just a runner-up. You asshole!
마지막 보답이라 생각하고 알려줄까?
Let me tell you something as my final token of appreciation.
머지않아
Storm clouds are gathering, and it'll be making landfall soon enough. Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
축제는 잘 즐겨.
Try to enjoy the party while you can. In no time you'll find out what everyone's been hiding in their hands. His concerning reply put a pause in our celebrations. We then slowly observed and looked in our surroundings. Took in our surroundings. People were talking, negotiating serious, hushed voices. Some were constantly anxiously running their hands through their hair. We also noticed that some servants running to whisper certain messages to their masters, who in turn jumped to their feet before hurriedly leaving the banquet. Looks like we're the only group of people who were even remotely enjoying anything.
명색이 잔치라고는 하지만
Sure, it's a banquet, but
정작 가주가 될
Shichun, our hired girl, isn't even here. Everyone's acting all shifty and suspicious.
이게 무슨 축제야?
This party sucks! Lydia whined loudly, as she chewed on a shrimp with just as much gusto.
면무가 없습니다.
I must express my regrets for this state of affairs. Dayu apologized as though she somehow felt responsible for this. Well, I do have some minor tricks of my own that could entertain you.
어렸을 때부터
I learned a lot of things as a child, blade dancing being one of them.
진짜 진짜?
Oh, for real? Let's see, let's see!
아니, 뭘 시키는
Hey, what the
건데요?
hell? We're here as guests,
왜 남의
remember?
잔치집에 와서
Don't be a
미국에서
jerk. Hey, Bao Yu? Okay, yeah, I've got plenty. Okay, yeah. This one does inflict echoes of the manor. Gonna need it anyway. Sinking is the meta. It was Shui Bao Chai who approached us so carefully. I'm really glad you're safe, and congrats on making it as the runner-up. Her demeanor had completely shifted, her chipper attitude nowhere to be seen. Now she was more anxious than anything as her eyes darted around nervously. But I had known her for too long, but I knew that this wasn't like her. I know I'm not supposed to tell you this. Mother really pressured me to keep these things a secret, but I couldn't just keep quiet about this, not with you.
어떤
Okay,
건데?
big sis Bao Chai, what is it? It's, Her eyes glanced down to her restlessly fidgeting feet, then to Bao Yu. Let's see. It was rather before she could look at Hong Lu in his eyes. Again. Are you, like Mother Jiamu said, we're going to come back to Daguanyuan and become engaged to me? Her eyes dart away as hastily she wraps up her sentence. Something tells me that this wasn't what she was really trying to tell Hong Lu. It was something that was left unsaid, like she waited a last-second swerve from what she was really about to say. Yes, if that's what everyone wants. There's no hesitation or fear of regret in Hong Lu's reply. To be with you, it's almost like you're back here for good. It's so pretty, isn't it? Yes, it is. Remember when he told me that I smelled fragrant about you? You know, I couldn't stop repeating that to myself once I returned to my room. Back then, I was made sure to shower myself with the most expensive perfumes and fragrances of Hongyun. Except that day, I didn't have the time to put on any of it. so I was in a hurry to return to my chamber, to the place where hundreds of bottles of rare luxurious perfumes were waiting to shower me with their fragrances. And that's when I ran into you. My mother, she sent assassins to kill you, didn't she? Why didn't you say anything when you saw me?
누나, 내게 해를
Big sis
끼치려
about
했거나
shy. Many
나를
people have tried to
공격에
hurt me,
빠뜨리려고
tried to
했던
lure me into a
자들에게
trap.
왜 그러한 말을
I could
했는지,
have asked them why they'd say
왜
or do
그러한
something like
행동을
that,
하였는지
or why they'd hurt
물어봤더라도
me so.
그들은
But
결코
even if I
이유를
did, they
말해주지
wouldn't have
않았을
told
거고.
me why, and they
나를
wouldn't have treated me any
대하는
differently had I asked.
그래서 나는
So I don't bother
물어보지
asking.
않아.
So I'm just another one of them to you. No, actually, this isn't what I'm here to talk about. Bao Chai smiled again. It was a forced, awkward smile. Oh, you're the runner-up, right? The results are now locked in. So, now might be a good time for you to leave Dagwanyun. No, you have to leave right now. I don't know what it is that you're looking to find in Dagwanyun's treasury, but can you just send someone from your clan to pick that up later? Later, right? Miss Bao Chai, what is the meaning of this? What is something about to happen here? I've got to go now. Mother will realize what I'm doing if I'm gone for too long.
대관원에서
There's a conspiracy to commit treason against Dagwanyun, isn't there? Bao Chai was trying her damnedest to find an excuse to retreat from the conversation until Honglu asked her this simple yet piercing question. She froze in place, her eyes widened, perhaps out of horror, perhaps out of panic. I don't know all the details. I just overheard Mother and the other relatives talking. If you stay here, you'll get caught in the crossfire. So many forces are... Her eyes restlessly darted left and right through the entire exchange, searching for any listening ears. Just what could have made her so afraid.
무서워하고 있구나.
I can tell you're terribly scared, big sister.
그런데도
But you've come to warn me
내게
anyway.
말해주러.
I won't lie, your departure from Dagwanyun is so painful. The sheer thought that I could lose you forever is like being stabbed through the heart. Surely, Bao Chu, I do appreciate that you thought to warn us ahead of time, but you didn't actually tell us anything about how, when, or what the danger is. Ishmael prodded with a grim voice. You need to tell us what exactly this treason entails. Is someone planning to challenge the results of the family hierarchy evaluation? Is it a conspiracy to overturn or nullify the results? Well, excuse my intrusion in this discussion, but I believe that this is as much as Miss Bao Chai can realistically divulge regarding this matter. Leaking such family intelligence is already an act of treason against her own house. Outsiders may find this difficult to understand, but given the gravity of what she has already shared, you must understand that she has already told you more than she safely could. Jiao Huan, I don't see him here.
그리고 가치우.
And Jia Chu guy's not here either. Fellas, I'm getting a real bad feeling about this. Given that you have specifically mentioned so many forces, one could come to suspect that you're referring to the presence of forces foreign to Dagwanyun as well. Faust asked in a low voice. That's... Yes,
이제는 대관원이
this is
손댈
now
수 있는
beyond what
정도인
Dagwanyun
것
alone
같다.
can handle. Did he... Big Brother Chu? Bao Chai looked at us, then at Jia Chu and his faction, then took a few stumbling steps backward. I really have to leave now, Bao Yu. I shouldn't be here anymore. Then I must excuse myself as well alongside Miss Bao Chai. Please, you have to stay safe.
저자가 내게
Did she advise to leave Dagwanyun with haste? He did not look away from Honglu even as Bao Chai hurriedly walked away. Gaze unshaken, interested in observing no one, nothing else but Honglu and his actions. I thought I had a lot of questions to ask Jia Chu if we were to ever meet again. But now that he's actually right here, I couldn't recall a single word of it.
형님께서도
Do you
아시는 게
know something,
있으신가요?
brother? My lord. Sigon tried to butt in, clearly perturbed, but Jia Chu raised his hand and stopped her.
잔치는 허울일
You
뿐.
must already be aware that this banquet is but a distraction from the fact that the currents have begun to shift.
저자의 충고는
Her
거짓이
advice is sound. It is also true that now is the only time
건설하고자
you could escape this place ere the storm
유일한
arrives,
적기는
should you wish to save your
지금뿐이라는 것도
lives.
사실이지.
그저 그 말만을 전하기 위해 온 것은 아닌
I
것
doubt
같고.
you've come here just to confirm that for us.
그래.
Correct. Zigong lets out a deep sigh before explaining with a defeated expression.
한번 가주가 자리에
Once the family
앉으면
hierarch properly ascends to the
언제 그
throne,
자리의
it becomes
주인이
hopeless in the hopeless endeavor to measure what the next, when the next great shifting power shall come.
또한 기약할 수
One
없는
must remember that
기나긴
the prospect of a
기다림을
long
때
wait for the next
미련 또한
evaluation,
질척거리는
the end of which has not been and will not be in sight, oftentimes stains men's patience with lingering avarice and causes it to fester into possessiveness.
자연히 먼 과거부터 보여있던 질척한
Is it
손이
not the most
뻗는다면
predictable thing that those rotten, grasping hands are loath to lay down their arms and accept the
결과를
results
그
with
손으로
grace?
쥐고 바꾸는 쪽을
Those
향하지.
hands not deem it much more favorable to seize and change the results by force?
어렵게 말하기는
We all know you
그러니까
read the thesaurus, so
가주대전
basically there's a
결과가
truckload of dumbasses
불만족스러워서
out there who
이걸
are
뒤집고 싶어
bit out
하는
of shape with
사람들이
how the family
밖에
hierarch war
한가득이라는
turned out.
거잖아.
And they want to change the outcome by force.
근데 이미 가주는 우리 시춘이로
But it
결정났다고.
wouldn't only she choose already been chosen as the family hierarch. Like it's final.
뭐 가주라는 자리는
What happened to
절대적이라며.
the family hierarch being the seat of absolute power here? What kind of treason can they even hope to commit if they aren't willing to flip this old and tired system upside down?
순위가 공표된
The only
것이지.
things that have been determined are the rankings of the candidates. Strictly speaking, we are still waiting for her appointment to be completed.
말장난하는 건 재미없는데요.
I'm not too fond of your word games, lady. Ha!
짐승 냄새가
So that's why I couldn't
흩어졌다
smell those beasts anymore.
그렇군.
I see, I understand now.
뭐지?
Otis?
이만큼 많은 인원 있는
I don't even
공간에서
see a trace of them, even in a
지금
place as
보이지 않는
crowded as this.
흑수.
The Heisho are gone.
마주칠 때마다
Even the ones that
그림자처럼
have been following you like
당신들의
shadows.
이곳은 부리는
The measure of
흑수의
might in
개수,
Hangyun lies in the number of Heisho
힘의 자.
pack branches one wields.
가주라 한다면 최소 세
The
무리
family
이상
hierarch maintains
수를
control over at
분야가.
least 3 of those branches.
허나 가주가
Yet, who holds
공석이라면
their leash when the throne of the hierarch is vacant?
그러니까 말했잖아.
So, like I
가주는
said, she
시춘.
chooses that
생각의 전환이
the gears of your mind
다소
are ponderous, slow
아직
things to
절차 중에
turn,
있다
aren't they?
말했을 터인데.
Have I not already given you the answer that her appointment is still underway?
어?
Huh?
그럼
But
지금
wait,
가주는-
then who's the family hierarch now?
퇴역과 즉위의
In
찰나
the brief window between the former hierarch's abdication and the new hierarch's ascension,
아무도 가주가
Hangyun has no
아니라는
lord.
것인가?
Is that correct? That's when it suddenly recalled what Jiao Yuan Chun said as she announced the results of the family hierarch war.
최종 승자는
The victor will first descend to the Jiaoken temple and pay the respects to her revered elders.
세상으로 올라와
And upon returning to the surface, they will march to the first floor of Da Guanyun and assume the seat of the family hierarch of Hangyun.
그렇다면 부리는 자 없는 흑수는
Then, what of those masterless
뭘 하고
Heisho?
있지?
What are they doing now?
아무것도.
Nothing.
그것이 지금
And that is
벌어지고
precisely what
이
the present
모든
predicament
원인이
revolves
처음
around.
사방 천지를
Look around
둘러보시게.
you. Do you see how the shadows have descended on every corner of this place? They're the beasts that have melted into the dark for their hushed respites.
한시적인 중립 상태.
So all Heisho branches are currently neutral.
뭐야 그럼
Wait, then
지금이
does that mean Da Guanyun becomes completely vulnerable every time this happens?
당초
No,
다른 인물이
this would not have come to
가져가려고
pass had a different
그런 일이
individual been made
벌어지지도
to ascend.
가시춘
Jiao Shichun, that girl has no substantial foundation, a base to call her own.
그나마
What
있던
clans she did have prior to the evaluation scattered to nothingness like grains of sand in a gust.
흑수만
It is
없다면
entirely reasonable to assume that as long as the hierarch to be is yet to gain control of her Heisho pack branches, they have a good chance of overthrowing her. My lord, the whisper office has arrived as well. I see. Things were way more dire than I'd thought. What's Jiao Chu doing here chatting us up now of all times?
들어라.
Pay attention.
지금 이곳에
There
들어오는
are
자들,
those who seek to enter
이를
here,
막으려는
those who
자들이
seek to
있다.
stop them.
알사의 제2무리,
Our Corp's second pack,
X사의 원정
X-Corp's
제일기사,
Expedition Order of Excavators,
엄지의 언더보스와 카프,
the Thumb's
솔다토,
underboss, the accompanying capo, his soldatos, and their various subsidiaries.
더하여
Then there are
가시가문을
the
지켜오던
Jiaolan
사람은
Guards, the Indigo Guardians of the Jia family,
K사의 특수
K-Corp's
접촉,
Special Excision Unit. Oh, fun!
N사의 신구인,
N-Corp's New League of Nine Literatures,
이외의 다른 해결사들과
and numerous
세가
other fixers and clans.
보고받은 것만으로도 이렇다.
Those are just the ones that I've been informed of.
아직 대부분은 대관원의 벽을
Most of
넘지
them are
않고
waiting,
시기를 보거나
biding their time
도착을
outside the walls of Da
목전에 두고
Guanyun, or are soon to arrive.
이미 엄지의 세력은
but the Thumb's forces are already engaged in melee with my army.
왕씨 가문 일부
Some
세력은
factions of the Wang family have joined the defenders, but it is uncertain how much longer they can hold out.
버틸 수
각 가문의 실권을 준
And should the de facto leaders of each the major families say the word, it is likely that R Corp, K Corp, and X Corp may soon choose their own sides in this war.
뭐?
What?
지금 발언.
Is that reliable
신뢰할 수 있는
intel?
정보입니다.
Why would they?
이곳에는
Many here believe that the title of the
가수가
family
국문의
hierarch is,
주인이라
is simply a different name for the Lord of Hongyuan.
그리고 이 생각은
It is a belief that many forces beyond Hongyuan's walls share.
그러니까
In other words,
대관원의 사람들뿐만
this isn't just
아니라
about Dogwanyuan.
다른
There are
동지나
forces from the
외부
other nests
세력들도
and districts
가수
seeking to
대전에
sponsor a
주목하고
different
있다가
prospective
발을
hierarch.
걸쳤다는 거군요.
To expand their sphere of influence here.
그렇지.
Correct. Cigarette slipped from Gregor's fingers. Otis's face darkened with a grimness I'd never seen in her before.
여덟
8, 9. I have thus counted over 9 different powerful factions among the ones thou hast mentioned. This is too much.
다행히 지금 날
As fortune would have it, only the Thumb has deemed it appropriate to act.
특히 왜
But Lei Hung, the cop of the Thumb, poses the greatest threat. He is one of the 10 blades of the East, and his might is formidable to any foe.
그자는 예정대로 내가
I shall
만난다.
meet him in battle as planned.
입구에서 필두로
He must be the one
쏟아내버리고
leading
있는
the
건
charge against the
그자겠지.
gates.
그 말이 사실이라면
If what you say is true, then this is no mere treason within a wing. Otis hissed in a low, menacing voice.
반역을 주도하는
Which family
가문이 어디냐?
spearheads this treachery?
어떤 날개
How many
같은
wings are
게
backing them?
지금 시점에서는
None of
확언할
them is
수
certain
없다.
at present. The tangle of
소속과
allegiances and
가문의
bloodlines
얽힘은
is a knot that cannot be
사태가
undone
끝난
until the
다음에야
dust has settled.
판가름이 나겠지. 지금의 홍원은
It will only take a
시간
single
받아들이기
whistling arrow for
직전이다.
chaos to engulf Hongyuan.
각
Forces that have gathered here have drawn their bows, and the moment one of them lets loose, it will only be a matter of time
걷잡을 수
before it
없는
becomes a
전쟁이 되는
full-scale
것은
war.
전쟁터로 변해
And when it
홍원의
does,
빈틈이
the
더
crack that has formed in
벌어지면
the walls of Hongyuan will widen.
각종 환과
Vultures of
그
the city
제조법을
will
노리는
smell the
승냥들과
rot and tear to the world to pilfer the boluses and the recipes.
웃는 얼굴들
The smiling faces, the corpse core, the yakshas.
무엇보다
I must also emphasize that the ring will never let such an opportunity slip.
홍원 모든 주민의 삶이 조각조각 나게
Why would the ring in particular be interested in that?
단순히 후보자들의 싸움터로 지나기엔 너무 커졌어.
I get the feeling that something that's got to come up in the future of this game's story. This conflict will utterly lay waste to the lives of the common folk in Hongyuan. The fire has already conflagrated beyond competition amongst candidates.
틈이 벌어지기 전에 메워야
That is
한다.
why this fissure must be mended ere it stands. Should the throne of the hierarch remain vacant, should this instability be prolonged, then the wings will march to war.
웃기지도 않는
No,
소리를
no
하고
way.
있어.
I don't believe this.
적어도
The consequences will be about as far-reaching at the very least.
이게
Such is the
홍원의
weight of
가져가지는
Hongyuan's family hierarch.
누가 위에
It holds as
앉는지
much power to save countless lives as it does to take them. The banquet hall was quickly starting to become barren as people began to hurry away. I don't have any direct memories of a wing war, but even I could feel the prickly goosebumps rising from my skin. The air in the hall was quickly turning razor sharp.
그럼
Then,
저희에게
brother,
형님이
what is it that you
기대하고
expect us to
계시는
do?
나는 너희가
I am
이
of the
한국을
belief that all of you are
돌파할
collectively
묘수라고
the
믿고
key to overcoming this tribulation.
묘수?
The key?
가주의 임명을
Hurry
서둘러.
her ascension to the throne. Hurry her ascension to the throne.
가시출은
Jiashi Shun should still be at the Tiaken Temple with
가주
the Shanren
승리를
reside,
준비
preparing
중이겠지.
for the ritual of ascension.
선인이라 불리는 자들은
Given that the
바깥의
Shanren
상황을
must be
전혀
utterly
모를
oblivious to
테니
the circumstances outside their
가주로
chamber,
임명하는
there
데까지의
is no way of
시간이
knowing
어느 정도
the time it
걸릴지는
might
알 수
take.
없다.
It might take for them to officially name her the next hierarch.
급할 필요도 없겠죠.
And it will not be swift, as entry to their chamber is permitted only to the family hierarch. There's no one to relay this message to them.
하지만
No, they
가주를
know.
제외하고 유일하게
But there's
하나같이
another.
그곳에 드나들 수
There's
있는
another who is
자다.
permitted to enter the temple.
가보
Jia Bao Yu.
가주가 비로소
When the
제자리를
hierarch takes the
되찾아
throne and seizes
극수를
the
부릴
leash
수
of
있게
her
된다면
rightful Heisho pass,
대관원을 침범하려는
she should have
자들을
more than enough
능히
might to
쳐낼
ward
수 있을
Dogwanian
것이다.
against the invaders.
가주의 자리가
When the
공석이
invading
아니라는
forces
것을
realize
아는
that the
자들은
family hierarch
새를
has
울릴
returned,
것이며
they will retreat.
전쟁의
Spark of war should
시라탄을
shrink
쏘아주지
enough to
못한
be
채
snuffed out with a stomp.
죽음
My lord,
용서하세요.
I must beg your
저는
forgiveness.
아직도 의심을
There's still
거두지
doubt in my
못하겠으니
heart.
어찌 처자가
How can he
묘수가 될 수
be the
있다는
key?
말이 본래 주군께서는
My lord,
도박
I know
따위를
you,
즐기시는
I
분이
know you not to be the
아니셨는데
one to engage in such gambles.
공이 기회를 낭비하느니
It is better to gamble than to allow this
그것이
opportunity to
차라리
slip
나을
away in vain.
거듭 신뢰되지만
Yet I must
주군께서
beg your
지금
forgiveness
여기에
once
계시는
again,
것은
for insist that your mere
시간
presence here is a waste of time.
낭비예요. 이런 하류가 아닌
You wasn't to tarry
물줄기를
downstream.
막을 수
You
있는
must
곳으로
rise to the
가셔서
fountainhead and cut off the stream from its origin. Jigang looked at us and Jiachu anxiously.
낭비라 여길 필요는 없다.
You needn't consider this a waste,
내게는 충분히
for it
가치
is a
있는
worthy
일이야.
task in my eyes.
만약 가주대전에서
Had you followed the
제가
blueprint of the
처음
painting I
그린
had initially
그림대로
drawn for the
하시기만
family
했다면
hierarch war,
어쩌면 저희는
we would have already
다른 방법으로
arrived at the Tiakan temple
지금
via
사람 사이에
alternative
당도하였을
methods.
다른 방법이요.
Alternative methods?
자공이야.
Zhigong, that would have not resolved anything.
그리했다면
It
해결된
only
것
caused further
없이
loss,
더 많은
no
것을
more.
그리고 명백히
But I
밝혀내고
wish to
싶고
make one thing clear,
이것은 제안이며
that this is but an
명이
offer,
아닌
a
청이다.
plea, not a command.
마음이 움직이지 않는
One
일은
mustn't do
행하지
what
않는 것이 옳을
does
것이니
not move their heart.
하지만
However, Zhao Baoyu,
너는 모르겠지만
you may not have realized this, but
가주 대전에서
I've already gambled
너를
once with you as
두고서
my
고발을
hand,
행한 바가 있다.
as my hand during the family hierarch war.
너의 인을 이끌어내고자
Sought to
하였으니
draw your true humanity
눈앞에
forth,
내보이려
to
했지.
have you wear it on the outside.
그리고
And the reply you gave me then, the one that emerged from behind the obscuring veil of clouds, was
나를 낭비케
proof
하지
enough that it
않았다.
was certainly not no waste of my time.
어째서 홍원의 치세에
Why do you seek
개입하려고
to
하는
involve
건가요?
yourself in the politics of Hangyun, brother?
형님께서는
Neither Hangyun nor
홍원과
Dog Wanyu
대관원에
bind you any longer,
어떤 구속이나
nor by
명분도
cause
없는
or force.
처지신데
내가 직접
It
공멸일
was
날의
a long
진실을
undertaking for me to
알기까지는
uncover the truth of the
적지 않은
wound that
시간이
came to the
걸렸다.
Kong family.
처음에
At
이
first, my
마음을
heart was
지배한 것은
engulfed in fiery
분노였다.
wrath.
대관원은
Dog Wanyu had to be
뒤집어야
uprooted from the
마땅하다.
ground. For that, every single person of power or influence in
대관원의
Dog Wanyu
실세를
had to be
잡고
killed,
있는 모든 이들의
throats
목을
slits in
쳐버려야
vengeance.
그렇게 다짐하던 때가 분명히
Or
있었지.
so I thought once,
하지만 나는
but I learned
배워야
from a
마땅한
worthy
자를
teacher
만나 그제서야
that is when I realized this wrath was burning my body to ash.
그 화는
Then,
지금은
did your fiery
온전히
wrath
꺼지셨나요?
extinguish?
내가 진실로
Had I
모든
truly
깨달음과
attained
이치를
enlightenment, found all there was to understand of the nature of this world, Zhao Baoyu,
가주가 될 모든
then I
패를
would not have given you the
내게
power to
넘기지
elect the
않았겠지.
hierarch.
나는 아직도
I am still but a student,
답을
a
찾기
seeker
위해
of the
배우는
answer.
중 단지
Yet, I do not wish to let chaos devour this land when I have the means to
이곳의
save
혼란을
it.
방치 이번에도 묻겠다.
Thus, once again, I ask you,
네가
when
가시춘에게
you decided to
운전들을
relinquish the
넘기기로
coins to Jia
결심하였을 때
Shichun,
어떠한 마음이
what was it that moved your
너를
heart?
결심케 단순히
Certainly, your heart had changed enough then not to simply hand them over for the simple reason that she desired them.
형님도 아시겠지만
You must know this already, brother, but
저를 제외한
the children of Dog Wanyu have no
형제자매들은
such thing as birthdays,
생일이란 게
save for
없어요.
myself.
아이가 태어나면
When a child
그
is born,
탄생을
they aren't
축하해 주는
celebrated.
것이 아니라
They are hidden, concealed for
년간은
years in the dark
숨기기에
so that the competition
급급했으니까요.
wouldn't take notice of a new rival.
다른 경쟁자들은 시춘 역시
Shi-chun was one of those children who had never experienced a birthday before. She didn't
그것이
even know what it
무엇인지도
meant.
몰라. 그래서 어렸을 때는
So, when we were young,
할머니께서
my
제
grandmother would
탄생을
hold a banquet
축하해주는
to celebrate the
잔치를
day of my
베풀어 주실
birth.
때마다
I
그날을
dedicated that day to Shi-chun.
저는 시춘이에게 내어주었어요.
Ah,
1년에 한 번
because it's nice to
이유
have your
없이
existence
존재만으로
celebrated once
축하받을 수
every
있는
year
날이
for no other
있다는 건
reason than the fact that you
즐거운
exist.
하지만 언젠가부터
When I stopped leaving
제가
my
방
room,
밖으로
when
걸음을
Shi-chun
거의
and I
하지
grew
않게
distant,
되고
the secret birthday parties we shared also
시춘이와도
came to an
멀어지고
end.
너무 어릴 적 일이라
She probably doesn't
시춘이는
remember
아마
any of it
기억이 안
now.
나겠지만
She was too young then.
적어도 그 밀렸던 세월
If I could gift
동안만큼의
this to her
선물이라고
to make
한다면
up for all those lost years,
시춘이가
then I thought
그때처럼 기뻐해
maybe she would be happy
주시면
again, just as she was then.
그런 생각.
이렇게 쌓아 올려진
Now that I'm looking
동전들을
at these
보고
piles of coins,
있으니까
it feels like
대관원의 방들을 보고
it's like I'm
있는 것
looking at all the
같아.
rooms of Dog Wanyu. I used to hate that sight so much as a kid.
내가
I-
홍원의 가주
Could I
역할을
be a good hierarch to Hangyun? Did Shi-chun like the gift as Honglu wanted her to? We had no way of knowing.
답이 되었나요? 형님,
Does that answer satisfy you, brother?
본래 답은 중요치 않았다.
It was not your answer that I had sought.
그렇게
It was
마음이
to see the way your
움직이면
heart
되는 것이다.
stirs. That was proof enough.
나는 철암사에
I had
들 수
never met
없었지.
these Xian Ren, the
선인이라는
self-proclaimed
자들을 직접 본
enlightened
적은
ones,
없으나
before, as I
그들에
was
대해
not
알고
permitted
있다.
entry to Tiakan Temple. But I know of their existence,
홍원
and what I've come to learn in my observation of
나아가 이
Hangyun,
도시를
and then the city
지켜보면서
itself, gave me certain
가주
ideas
숨김
of
의식이
what form the
어떤
hierarch
과정을
ascension ritual
거치는지
might
또한
take.
너 또한 관망하지 않았다면
Had you not surrendered
직접
yourself,
보고 들은
could have
것을
deduced what the
짐작할 수
ritual
있었을 터.
entails.
시춘에게
Are you saying that
불운한 일이 벌어질 수도
something bad
있다는
may happen to
말씀인가요?
Shi-chun?
이는 섭부른
This may be a
예상일세.
hasty speculation, From a certain perspective, this may simply constitute a rightful ascension of the new hierarch.
하지만 나는
But I want you to be there, to behold with your own eyes what it entails.
내게 걸었던 도박.
My wager in this gamble was that you indeed had the potential to achieve that purpose,
언젠가 보였던
and that the faint warmth in your heart I had once seen still gently burned.
제가
You
형님의 뜻을
want me to achieve your
요술하시는
purpose,
건가요?
brother?
아니,
No, your own purpose would not be the same as my own. Such a pursuit would be devoid of meaning.
어찌할 것인지는
The decision is yours,
결정을 내려라.
so decide. So much yapping!
왜 아침부터 어슬렁?
I'm saving that. Especially since... Yeah, I could just extract that now. But I don't have nearly enough.
왜 아침부터
Yeah,
어슬렁거리지? 건전지라도 찾고 있나?
Not sure what ID to get with that one. I guess it'll be the one who shall grip. That's the only good one left.
전부 불태울 거야. 역겨운 내 삶까지도.
Let's see. Yeah, that looks like span that the auto mod picked up on. Jiao Chu and his forces left the banquet hall to assess the situation, leaving only me and the sinners there.
우리는 머지않아
Only remaining task is to receive the golden bow that we are owed. That much is a given. Retrieve it and our mission here is done. We only need to wait for the LCA for extraction. None of you know, let alone understand, what a war of the wings is like. To rush out into these unknown waters is nothing short of imprudence. We must not entertain this idea. Why the heck is she saying that none of you know, let alone understand what a war of the wings is like? She's not the only smoke war veteran. Gregor's one too. Alas, if our meager strength may be sufficient to prevent this war and save the lives of many innocents, then what we should do as that man hath said. No, it's in our best interest that we do not get involved. Don Quixote, I will speak to you plainly, as I trust that you have regained some sense as to how this world works. War is not just another incident or quest to be resolved. Our sense of justice may shine like a beacon in times of unrest, but war will crush and grind it into the dirt indiscriminately, as does any life caught under its boot heels. Lady Otis, I have also lived through my share of wars. Even still, Jiao Chu's path is that of justice. Thus, he shall have my support. Are you still so? To fight for the pursuit of justice deserveth not thy scorn nor ridicule. 'Tis no short-sighted tantrum, 'tis but mine adherence to and pursuit of a certain responsibility of those who can. Honest, I've also had my share of war, so hopefully let me put my 2 ons in. Battles and wars aren't the same thing either. You can't see the crashing waves of intense emotions in battles when looking at it as a great flow of war. All that built up heat is what becomes a flow, not the other way around. It never is. Jiao Chu wished to convey to us that the levees are beginning to crack, that the fractures must be filled forthwith, therefore they rupture. The words you speak may contrast one another. Intent that push both of you to speak is shared. The war mustn't conflagrate beyond what has already occurred. It is. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for summing it up, he's saying. Notice his assessment would have been correct had the discussion concerning our participation been about a war that has already progressed beyond a certain degree. However, accepting Judge Chu's suggestion of preventing the war from expanding beyond localized skirmishes could bring greater benefits than avoiding it altogether. Yeah, this could also give them opportunity to destroy and uproot all the inequities of Hanyuan. Well, I don't know if that's what Honglu wants, though. But even if Judge Chu and his people are strong, there's just too many of them. Do we really have to chase against all of them? If I'm being honest, we simply can't know. We don't have the time to meticulously analyze every facet of the situation. Manager of ours, if I may. Saying carefully began as soon as opinions began to clash and fracture. As you must have observed, the students failed to find a common ground. However, though narrow my vision may be, it appears to me that there is not a single sinner whose insight is born solely from their emotions. There is sound reason behind every suggestion that has heretofore been presented. Thus it is difficult to gauge the validity of each of them. This must not be an easy decision for you. Thus... Yiseng paused, taking his time to carefully select his next words. Then, after a subtle nod, he continued. Dante, perhaps this judgment belongs to Honglu. Perhaps I speak at the risk of not knowing my own station. However, should we allow this opportunity to slip away, Honglu may never leave that smile of his behind. You must see it as well. That Honglu's smile is but a different shape of sorrow for those who have no tears left to shed. What Yiseng was trying to tell me was clear as day. So what I must consider as the manager, isn't a discussion of wars and battles. It's not pragmatism or the measurement of the pros and cons. The manager has to support their team. Faust, once again, I have nothing to offer but objective information and suggestions strictly from the corporate perspective. Dante, given your position as the manager of the LCB team, it is recommended that you continue to follow the plan outlined by the LCCB, retrieve the Golden Bough, and quickly arrange a safe extraction for you and your team without unnecessarily involving your team in a high-risk operation. That's... However... Faust continues slowly. But if you believe that you possess enough persistence to do all that it entails, and if you believe that your role is to lead them and us to the right path, then I will follow your lead. Thank you. Now the answer must come from Honglu's own mouth. Man. Looks like things really got out of control. Sorry, Dante. Hey, earlier, during your dialogue with Jia Chu, the conclusion you arrived at didn't come out of nowhere, did it? It must have been something that brought you there. In that long conversation, Honglu was finally able to give an answer of his own. The biggest reason he could was... At first, I didn't think that I'd be able to give a real answer to Brother Chu's questions. Suddenly, like a thick fog clearing, something emerged from the haze of forgotten memories past. What I gave as an answer was that something, and I realized what it was only after I'd left my mouth. That word must have been burrowed deep within me for a long time. Kindness. Because I wanted to believe that kindness was enough. That it could truly bring change to Hongyuan. This is not about us. It's about you and Hongyuan's future. So I think I'll leave the decision up to you. Hongyu was never the type to clearly state his beliefs. He usually did as I asked without question, without even the smallest complaint. He did not speak of pain when he suffered, nor did he cry to us from agony. His eyes remained unshaken even as he witnessed the countless deaths and injustices committed before him. The eye that lets everything float away. the accepting eye of someone who has resigned himself to the reality that everything that exists has an end. I wait patiently for him to speak. Dante, Honglu, who only ever quietly accepted whatever life threw at him, want to go to Tiakin Temple, where Shichun and the others, the Xianren, are. I think Shichun might be in danger. Danger as in her life might be at risk? No, I think her life might be the only thing that's not in danger. Thinking back to what Brother Chu told me, I'm afraid that I might lose the Shichun I know forever. For the first time, he speaks of the path he wishes to walk. Honglu's jade eye gazes beyond the walls of Da Guanyun. Like Brother Chu said, at this moment, I'm the one who can freely open the gates of the Tiaken Temple. I want to be there to watch Shichun become the hierarch, so that if something dangerous were to happen, he can put a stop to it. Okay, sounds like a plan. I had a feeling that this would be your decision, Executive Manager. Our judgments are shaped by our upbringings and environments. So, for you, Executive Manager, who has only the time spent with the rest of us to reflect on, it is understandable how you could come to this conclusion. I keep disappointing you, don't I? You haven't. Not yet. Otis replies sternly. Well, it ain't much of a style to just sawed off after picking up the gold ballot, isn't it? That's right. Yeah, you're right. Ishmael agrees with Heathcliff for the first time since forever. I know I might have come across as kind of harsh or snappy earlier, but hey, there wasn't any hard feelings, Otis. I would have kicked you in the shin had I considered your entire speech to be senseless drivel. Otis and Gregor, whose stances were always diametrically opposed, have stopped shooting bitter remarks at each other. We're all growing more familiar with each other. Perfect. Then let's do this. And in that strange air, we found our purpose. I'll send my best blade, Jilu, in the same direction. She will not accompany you. She will rendezvous at your destination nonetheless. Didn't you say earlier that the Heisho's all become masterless or something? It is a long story. Let me just say that Zilu is an exception. Hold on, what about you? At the moment, stopping the underboss's primary officer, Lei Hung, is the most pressing concern. Zi Gong and I will take to the main battlefield at the gates of Da Guanyun to install them. The plan was now in motion. There's nothing more to discuss. And we both walk away to our destinations in opposite directions. My lord, I have seen that smile many times in the past. That is the smile of a hollow shell. Do you truly believe that a man such as him is capable of moving a genuine dedication to the cause? Each heart has a different cause that moves them. How can one speak of the fathoms of a lake when all I've seen is the water's surface? Ah, finally some action! Okay.
복지팀의 협조가 필요한 거지.
사냥감을 찾은 건
재촉지 마시오.
부르신다면 언제든.
불청객을 맞이할 시간인가 봐.
가시죠. 파투페 1패 의뢰인가요?
흔들어 보죠.
예술을 보여주지.
다음 5창까지는 돌아오겠습니다.
철암사로 가려면
We have to go through here if we want to take the fastest path to Tiaken Temple. Looks like it leads underground. Oh man, are you sure this is the fastest path? What are they doing over there? Well, seems like that's exactly why they're here. Blocking our way. Well, I never thought it was going to be easy. Looks like I was right. Stop right there. Turn around and leave now. You won't get a more generous offer than that. You do well to do as I say. The family hierarchy war is over. They announced the results for all to hear. So on whose orders are you attacking us? Naive girl. Do you not know that powerful forces are already gathering at Dogguanyuan? I doubt that little pipsqueak even got to meet the Xian Ren. She's probably bleeding out somewhere along the path by now. Looks like a bunch of third-raters decided to work together, huh? Do you really believe that you could retake the hierarchy with your puny forces? You're the ones who are committing this tantrum of treason because you just can't accept that you lost. Besides, what do you mean, retake the hierarchy? It's not like you ever took her from us. You can't even proudly speak the name of your master. Would have been the first thing you announced if you believed your cause to be just. Your very actions are those of a thief. And why would we need to announce our cause for a ragtag band like yours? Destroy them all! Bring it!
날카롭고 정확하게 차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
피어나라.
Man, you gotta be kidding me. Get your head in the game, Don Quixote! Yeah, that one.
집속불. 내 파출자.
직접 밝혀줘.
휘만 이시려면 비켜!
Ooh. 2 of them! How lovely!
아무것도 남지 마라.
Go figure. No, shoot. That's gonna finish him off.
내가 충전.
여기가 백성 전투의 명따에 기대하고 있는 건 아니겠지.
Okay, I was wrong.
이쪽으로.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
하늘을 찔렀어.
한결 낫네요.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요. 퇴거하시죠.
I would have figured finishing off that that enemy would have given her some SP.
집속불. 뇌파 충전.
여기가 백성이군.
나도 지킬 게 많거든.
Let's see. Top reasons.
예전보다 많이 나아진 것 같다. 나도
Eh,
그 환상체
inappropriate containment B.
나이가 없어졌지. 다시 관리를 맡겨주실까?
Oh.
가시죠. 화투패 1패 의뢰인.
불청객을 맞이할 시간인가 보군요. 예술을
네, 원하신다면
흔들어 보죠.
자, 판 돌아갑니다.
thing he had his skill 3 there. Yeah. You're supposed to use one that matches the suite. What the heck is that? Bright?
검날 내게 받쳐주지.
Nice.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
직접 밝혀주마.
That's at least some sinking. Okay, yeah.
당신 짝패군요.
Ah, crap.
여기가 옥석이군. 왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
좋아. 코이코이. 이미 입회 중입니다. 제게 말을 거는 건 룰 위반이죠.
Oh, goody. Impending ruin. Bleh. Gonna get some coffin stacks from that. I like it. Yeah.
당신 짝패군요.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, at least she's in her,
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
oh, dang! Guardian sword stance.
피어나라.
Huh. Yeah, go through stronger skill. Same thing there. Okay, so she changes to a different one. When the CD equips or uses a Wrath base attack singular ego skill on its left with skill slot, activate the forming hand effects on the Koi Koi passive.
이쪽으로 지킬 게 많거든.
이 전투는 따위에 기대하고 있는 건 아니겠지.
Nice.
조용히.
And they just keep coming. Yeah, he's not going to be getting around to using that. Well, crap. Well, that was lucky.
좋아. 코이 코이.
That's odd. It doesn't say how high and what the maximum is that the potency can reach. I thought it was like 3, or I thought it could only go as high as 3. Guess I was mistaken about that.
집속불.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오. 흐드러졌구려.
당신 짝패군요.
이 전투에 명예 따위에 기대하고 있는 건 아니겠지. 이 전투에 명예 따위에 기대하고 있는 건 아니겠지.
지킬 게 많거든.
비명을 질러라.
네 놈이 모시는 자가 누구든가.
Whoever your poor master is, I could tell by the way their minions behave that they have no hope of ever taking that throne. You'd be surprised by how much the lack of a just cause harms morale, fool. You're the one to talk. What just cause do you have? Just how high and mighty is your... I shouldn't listen. At least, we actually want to change something about this place. Let's see, we've all just cause of you bastards who's only thought upon hearing that awful bell is how can I expand my real estate this time?
오티스 씨나 히스클리프 씨는
Both of you always speak with such conviction, Otis, Heathcliff.
단순히
Gathering an
병사를
army is
모으는
the easy
것은
part.
하지만
A leader's true qualities are revealed only when the time comes to actually lead their men.
그렇군요.
I see.
전쟁을 많이 겪어본
So it's your long experience with war that shaped your confidence,
이러한
Otis.
저는
Because my life couldn't be any further from any battlefield of war.
뒷골목에는
Or maybe I was always surrounded by wars, both large and small. The back streets, I was just sheltered from them.
지켜만 본 자는
I've done
할 수
nothing
있는
but
말이
watch from a
없네요.
distance, so I don't suppose I have any right to speak.
이런 자리에서
I wouldn't even know where I'd begin. It seemed like the perfect moment for Otis to brag about her experience, but she fell silent at that remark.
그게 뭐 그렇게 어렵다고?
Well, nothing too complicated about it, mate.
하면 되는
If it's shite, it's shite. Don't think twice about it. Like the lad does. Like me? For a while, Sinclair continued to ask Heathcliff if he really was talking about him.
이 복도를 걸어가는 대부분의
I
나라는
haven't ever walked down this hallway accompanied by so many other people. I usually walked alone. Why? Don't you take your servants with you?
어렸을 때는 혼자
Sometimes I
가는 게
did,
무서워서
because I was scared to go
같이
there
데려갈
alone,
때도
but
있었는데 크면서 점점 알게
I
되는
learned
게
something as I grew older.
이곳은
It's that my heart is most at ease when walking down this road alone. Why? Imagine Hong Lu slowly walking down this path alone with a dark expression. It wasn't a pleasant sight.
철암사는 말이죠.
Tiakan Temple
저만이 자유롭게 출입할
is
수
the one who
있어요.
is allowed to freely enter and exit.
출입이 가능하다고
Family
하지만
heart can technically be be let inside, but
할머니조차도
even grandmother couldn't
부름이
enter
있어야지만
without their
들어갈 수
summon.
있어요.
Oh wait, Jiachu wasn't being metaphorical. So,
다들 선인들
what are they called the Shanren? Are they actually some supernaturally enlightened blokes or something?
네,
Yes, they endured the time of suffering, opened their eyes to the secret of freedom from aging and death,
선인의 반열에 오르신
eventually
분들이거든요.
attained enlightenment, earning themselves the exalted title of the Shanren. But is that even possible? What happened to them still searching for the answer to true immortality?
아, 이걸 또왜
Hey, you're bottling up again. What? That makes me nervous. What the hell are we walking into? At least this place feels much more tranquil than the world outside. It's quiet. And it smells nice too. I could almost forget that there's a war about to break out beyond premises.
그나마 다행이죠.
We're lucky.
철암사를 가는
How
길을
many
제대로
people know the
아는
actual
자는
path to
거의 없으니까.
reach Tiakan Temple?
적어도
But at
대관원의
least there's less
침입하는
chance of us
외부
running
세력들을
into
마주칠
any
수
outside
있구나.
forces here. Can we not with the foreshadowing? But foreshadowing gives so much room for theorizing.
이 칼날이 마침내 그놈의 검은 심장에도 박히게 된다면 좋겠어.
와일드 헌트야.
Unfortunately, it was indeed a foreshadowing. It didn't take very long before another faction appeared before us.
멈춰. 너희들은 누굴 따르고
Stop! Who's your master?
왜 이런 곳을
What are you doing here?
가야 할 곳이 있으니까요.
Because we have a place to be.
여러분들은
What are
왜
you doing
이런
here?
너희
You're working for Jiachu, aren't you?
선인들이
Trying to visit the revered Xianren? You try to speed to the Hierarch Ascension ritual, aren't you?
마가 삼척 떠보려면
Nice
뭐든
try.
알아.
Ask the right questions and we'll just tell you all about our plans, won't we? Greenhorn.
그 장소를 찾지
I know
못해.
you're all lost. You've probably been going in circles for hours by now.
이것은 빌어먹게도
Yeah, this place is irritatingly large.
만 얌전히
Just point us in the right direction and go back the way you came. And I won't give chase.
자격도 없는 것이
Give up on your ridiculous idea of ushering in that hopelessly inadequate girl as the family hierarch.
그 협박은
We already heard that one before.
좋은 진료네요.
Might want to get some new material. Huh. Oh, they're all targeting him because it's Hong Lu. No. Well, crap. Good, this one.
집속불 메카 충전.
사물. 지키기 위해서.
Oh, dang. Oh, come on!
검나를 내게 바쳐주지. 여기가 엽석이군.
좋아. 코이코이.
그그려져 끓여.
No mind whip, not yet.
집속불 메카 충전. 다시 날개 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
조용히.
Alright, so how many enemies left? Oof.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
힘만 있으면 비켜.
직접 밝혀주마. 이 속에서
아무것도 남지 마라. 나도 지킬 게 많거든.
Nice.
좋아. 코이코이.
Man, they really don't like Hong Lu. Oh, that's why it's neutral. Hmm.
이쪽으로.
여기가 어제 보자. 찔렀어. 직접 발견.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't have enough pride. Okay. It's a bit excessive.
이미 입회 중입니다.
Okay, yeah, it's the red skill.
집속골. 내 가축.
Oh, come on!
무차 잠들어.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
너도 누군가에겐 아껴졌겠지만
피만 있으면 비켜! 한결 낫네요.
좋아. 코이코이.
끝인가? 정말 한 톨도 남지 않았나? 그렇다면 어째서 이 분노가 끝나지 않는 거지?
자, 판 돌아갑니다.
Oh, goody.
피워보지.
당신 짝패군요.
여기가
Hang on, I want some clash. I want some clashes last round. How come everybody's at no more than 0 SP?
갇혀 죽어라.
Hmm. Okay then. At least he's got enough charge for that. Oh, come on! There's some kind of bullshit going on here.
속에서
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
Yeah, how come some of them have such low SP? They should have more than that with how they keep winning clashes, right? Yeah, that's right.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
At least I'm pretty sure they keep winning clashes.
환상의 세계로 들어가 보죠.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
아메스코
I do kind of get the feeling that this team composition might be a bit better for more drawn-out battles. Man, I'm really getting screwed on that.
여기가 엽석이군.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
비명을 질러라.
지키기 위해서
You gotta be kidding me. That's a bit more like it. Yeah, that'll definitely finish him off.
비워보지. 다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 거야.
힘만 있으면 비켜.
조용히.
Like I said, it was definitely gonna finish him off.
코이 코이.
이쪽으로.
So tell me, who's your master?
너하고
You too. You've been in a war, haven't you? No need to deny that, I suppose. You can still tell, huh?
전장을 기억하는 덕에
And I learned many, many things in my war.
위를 태면
A few hundred ways to convince a grunt to talk, for example. Too bad. Because unlike you, I have but one way to keep my mouth shut. The man who appeared to be leading the soldiers stabbed himself in the chest without hesitation.
스스럼 없이 자결할
So he'd kill himself without even in a moment's hesitation to protect his master's name.
대단한 무게를 가진
His master must be a formidable individual indeed.
혹은
It could also be that he was under the influence of a suicide worm.
심리를 조작해 처리하는
An amno worm that activates on an information trigger to manipulate the host psyche to take their own life. Noticing that there was a previously unseen, serious look in Honglu's eyes, we forged onward.
예전보다 많이 나아진 것 같다. 나도. 그러고 보니까 그 환상체 이제 가호를 내려준 아이가 없어졌지. 다시 에고 침식도 양호. 아마도.
Ah, crap. That was a warning shot, sir.
조그맣게 욕한 거 다
I heard you curse under your breath.
저들은
They're
상급자에게 거짓말.
are disrespectful of you to tell such a bald-faced lie to your senior.
실례했습니다.
Apologies. Please, I humbly beg for your assistance in my absolution.
못할 것도 없지.
Of course, present your tongue. That incomprehensible exchange between the pair soon followed by the sight of a severed tongue rolling in the dirt.
엄지로군.
The thumb.
저 녀석은 혀가 없어졌어.
Please allow me to speak, as my partner no longer has the means to do so.
관리자 단테와 그 일에
The present company, including Manager Dante, the companions, and Master Jiao Bao Yu, may not pass beyond this area. What did he just call Honglu?
상황이니만
Given the present circumstances, they're treating Honglu as the Bao Yu of the Jiao family, not a senior of the LCB. It's logical to assume that the young master of a prestigious house ranks higher than his soldato, who are just grunts of the thumb. Well, can Honglu just ask him to move then?
소용없어.
Them sure suspect. Now don't mean shite. They won't let us through.
듣기는 들었는데
I've heard stories, but I didn't think they'd be this fixated with the ranks and hierarchies. It's almost to the point where it's just plain weird.
언더보스께서 이곳을 지나는
Please
사람을
understand that the
전부
underboss's
적으로
orders to
취급하라고
treat anyone
명령하셨습니다.
passing this area as their enemy.
본래 아군이었던
Our
그렇지
orders were to
않습니다.
execute all individuals attempting to do so in any way, including our former allies. So I implore you to please turn around and leave this place.
돌아가 주시지 않겠습니까?
We would greatly appreciate your cooperation. Sorry, we can't do that.
그렇다면
Then
전력으로
I'm
상대할
sorry that
수밖에
we have no
없군요.
choice but to stop you by any means. Lei Hung, he must have set up this ambush.
이딴 식으로
They were prepared. They weren't going to accept any other result than what they had in mind anyway.
림버스 컴퍼니에 든
Taking into account Limbus Company's standing and LCB's position within their organization, you, a mere senior mentioning Master Lei Hung's name is a crime punishable by the removal of your tongue.
아래 턱재로
No,
부서뜨려도
your punishment will begin with crushing your lower jaw. IF. Shouldn't have expected a trivial little thing like a soldato to know his place. You don't have enough tongues to lose for this disrespect.
그놈들에게는 원하는 답을 얻지 못할 것 같군.
Not getting anything out of them.
상관의 명령에만
These idiots will jump off a cliff if their superior told them to.
오티스 씨가 좋아하는
Aren't they usually your favorite kind of people, Otis?
한때는
There once was a time when I used to think highly of their strategic decision to maintain such a rigidly stratified hierarchy system.
지금은 그저
But
판단이라는
now I know
걸
that
알지
that is never a
않는
strategic
너희들이란 걸
decision at
알겠지.
all, but a brainless obsession of idiots who refuse to decide for themselves.
대가를 치른 후에도 계속
Let's see if you can
말할
keep
수
babbling
있는지
like them
두고
when
보지.
you cut off your tongue. Hmm.
당신 짝꿍요.
Yeah, that's one coffin already.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
피어나라.
지내기 위해서.
Oh, great. Hmm.
집속불. 뇌파 충전.
I'm betting there's either multiple waves or there's more enemies than are.
진짜 발견.
There's more enemies on the way in this wave than there are on the field.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라. 좋아, 코이코이.
Yep. Hmm.
당신 짝꿍요.
진짜 발견.
누군가
Good when all those clashes. How come he still doesn't have SP?
목을 내놓고 있도록.
휘만 있으면 비켜. 휘만 있으면 비켜. 한결 낫네요.
여기가 뱃속일걸.
Yeah, now he's starting to get some SP. Man, is there like some kind of penalty for him generating it or something? I don't remember seeing anything like that in his toolkit.
날카롭고 정확하게.
속에서
And it's another coffin.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
그대로 줬구려.
여기가 뱃속일걸.
한결 낫네요. 한결 낫네요.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
전투의 명예 따위에 기대하고 있는 건 아니겠지.
Wait, is Hongman not getting SP because he's attacking enemies that are already staggered by the time the order gets around to him? That doesn't explain it.
키워보지.
너도 누군가에게 있었지만
피어나라.
직접 발견.
That probably is the case, because he's usually way towards the back. Kaboom!
이미 패준입니다. 제게 말을 거는 건 룰 위반이죠.
She's not even fully uptight yet.
이쪽으로.
너도 누군가에게 있었겠다도 지킬 게 많거든.
전투의 어제보자 하나를 찔렀을 뿐.
예전보다 많이 나아진 것 같다. 나도. 그러고 보니까 그 환상체 이제 가호를 내려준 아이가 없어졌지.
Another street battle, huh?
다시 관리를 맡겨주실까? 미의 출진으로군.
문을
주인 놈 뜻에 따라. 오늘
야.
오늘 주인 놈
문을
나를 점찍어.
컨제스천 클리닝 아머.
준비한 대로만 하면.
Oh. Yeah, this won't be long.
불가 위야. 마감해줘.
Figured it'd be a good idea to do this to get some XP tickets. Hopefully, be able to raise the Ishmael identity I'm using at least a couple levels.
와리를 튼 뱀 근처엔 오지 말랬잖아. 자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고. 혈염도 바로. 와리는 무너지는 거네.
Seriously?
모험하고
At least none of them are targeting Hong Lu.
불렀어 죽은? 필요한 일 있으면 언제든지 말해. 확 물어버리자.
Guess they decided to phone in their clash initially and thought better of it.
불렀어 죽은? 필요한 일 있으면 언제든지 말해.
Crap.
목을 콱
힘이
물어버리자.
누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
Good grief.
뱀으로 꿰뚫어라. 저 해충들을 도려내라.
쪽방은 아닐 텐데.
사여, 길을 열어라.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한테. 알겠지만. 이 거리는 충분해. 너한테. 알겠지만.
347 damage total. Not bad. Of course, it helps that they were all staggered, so there's that.
예상 못했나 봐. 와리를 튼 뱀 근처엔 오지 말랬잖아. 한마 휴지.
Yep, he's got Strider Woo.
전장에 전념하시오. 날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
I can't believe I'm needing to use this for XP Luxcavation. Oy.
목을 떨궈주마. 넌 푸른을 키울 수도 없겠구나. 넌 푸른을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Alright, so just those 3 left.
넌 푸른을 틔울 애무로 꿰었구나. 저 해충들
이거를 치우면 너한텐 지금 알겠지만.
And there we go.
저번에 약속한 거 아니던지 죽은? 그 외에 임무를 성공적으로 100번만
Nice.
수행하면 죽은?
Yeah, got 3 levels. So that's good. I'll be right back. moving on.
교정이라면 따르겠습니다.
Hmm. You gotta be kidding me.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
That doesn't make sense. Oh. It's because he's got higher sanity. That's why. You gotta be kidding me.
아무것도 남지 마라.
주라디언, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Yeah. Yeah.
겁나라. 내게 바쳐주지. 여기가 흡속이군.
Oh, great.
코이코이.
나서도록 할까?
이쪽으로.
피어나라.
계속해봐라. 이 폭풍이 잦아들 때까지.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
피만기 싫으면 비켜!
Good grief.
이쪽으로.
휘말리기 싫으면 비켜!
Oh. Just realized a flaw with this team. Rodian. Oh wait, never mind.
지키기 위해서
Got mixed up there.
너도 누군가에겐 합해졌겠지만
The team would be a good bit better if I had Rodian's Rhyme Shank ego.
목을 내놓고 있도록. 풍과 함께 사라져.
Pretty sure there was a kill, so he got quite a bit of coughing from that.
차라리
피어나라.
Correct that whip!
조용히.
나서도록 할까?
Oh, max value 10. Okay. How much is that?
조금만 조용히.
0!
말 있으면 전투 전에 미리 하라고 했잖아.
이쪽으로.
이제 보자. 하나를 찔렀어.
찢어 밝혀주마. 무차 잠들어라. 찢어 밝혀주마.
즉시 퇴거하시죠.
위험했네요. 임무를 완수하고도
Yeah, I can see how that would be a concern.
처분당하는 줄 알았다니까요.
자, 판 돌아갑니다.
이것도 지하인 거지? 꼭 생긴 게
We're
바깥으로
still
나온 것 같네.
underground, right? This place sure as heck looks like the outside.
인공의 조명이나
Artifice
야외와
light.
착각할
Yep.
만하구려.
Yeah, one may easily mistake this to be a landowner of real sun. We should be getting pretty close, but
네.
yes, someone has beaten us to it. There's a small hill in front of the bridge leading into Tiarken Temple.
시춘이의 사병들이네요.
They're Shichun's mercenaries. Uh-oh. There's a small hill of bodies, all of them mangled and broken to the point we couldn't even tell how many of them there were. On top of the hill sat Lei Hung. The heavily wounded figure in front of him was... Oof. We don't ever seem to meet in fine circumstances, do we? What happened? Damn. Y'all are slow in molasses in winter. I was just having some fun before y'all decided to show up. Looks man, this boy was just gonna park his ass here, right here till the Ascension hullabaloo wrapped up. You know, I was kind of excited about this showdown, given that he's supposed to be this adept of the show, opponent branch or whatever. Ain't hot shit without that poison in him, huh? What's he doing here? Our plan was to leave the matter Lei Hung for Jiachu to deal with at the battlefield by the front gate of Daguanyan. They saw through the strategy. It seems that Jiachu sending Zilu alongside us was an insurance for this exact scenario. And as upon cue, Zilu arrived. She was covered from head to toe in blood, but I could easily guess that the blood wasn't hers. I'll be damned. You're all telling me now that there's two ways to get in here? One secret entrance, sure, but... That rabbit hole she crawled through seems mighty narrow to me. Shoot. I didn't know there was a direct passageway. I would have taken that instead of going all the way around this gosh darn maze of a palace. Ain't you got no map lying around in here? Would have been darn embarrassing to get lost at my age. Well, y'all say hello to the boys out there. Sent them on their merry way to the afterlife. So it really was you who set up that ambush. Listen there, y'all gotta understand. Oh, they're still greenhorns, huh? Still got much to learn and all that. I'll give them a stern talking to. I assume you're also here at someone else's behest, right? Either to prevent the Hierarch Ascension or to delay it for as long as possible. Well, I was gonna catch that Shichun girl before she went in, but I missed my window. Ain't nothing more to it. Y'all are talking like I showed up to some big statement, to make some big statement or some shit. Then doesn't that mean your mission's already failed? Girl's gotta head back to the main house and park herself on that throne to wrap up her ascension. Me? I just gotta catch her before that. The Heisha won't be mobilized until she physically sits down on the throne. Say, the concept of manner is alien to y'all. Shit, right, the thumb. Real disrespectful of y'all to sit there John shooting the breeze to me like I'm one of your buddies. Excuse me, I've got something to ask. Well, alrighty, young Master Bowie of the mighty Jar family's got enough clout to talk to my face without making things awkward. Well, hammer on then. Is there a reason you haven't killed Master Wei just yet? This setup you have here makes me think that you'd like for us to negotiate. Negotiate? Hot damn. Negotiations usually done on equal ground, ain't it? Kind of fun of y'all from the Limbus company to call it that. Heck, I guess you ain't wrong. But here's the thing, I just ain't got a clue as to how important this son of a gun is to y'all. He's still breathing, that's for sure, but I don't know if he'll be any good for a negotiation. Being a Heisho adept don't mean much if you can't do shit, right? Don't it? Got some kind of weird curse on you or something? Speak. Zilu, who's been standing beside us in silence this whole time, suddenly spoke up. What do you want? Her voice was so deep, cavernous, and sincere that it almost made me think that she really was going to give him whatever he wanted in return for Wei. You got a real convincing voice, don't you? That gets me in the mood, I'll tell you what. Yeah, well, what I want... Oh, yeah, you pesky rabbit. Don't tell me you want Zilu to die for her. Ah, of course not. Ain't that shameless. Then, let me cut you up. Just one slice. Don't matter what comes next. Bite it, don't bite it, fight me, don't matter. Take a single cut from my blade and I'll hand over the fella. Ah, come on, girl. Don't you look at me like that. You know how this is. I've been in this business long enough to know, huh? Fair fight, duels, love them. We love nothing more than to do them. But the things being what they are, it's no can-do kind of situation. We're both hired guns, ain't we? You know we gotta do what we gotta do. You know, you see, honey bunny, I ain't so sure I like my odds going up against a direct counter. Shithead, you haven't changed. That's so. We'll cut you in half, guaranteed. Just admit you want to kill her. Doesn't your tongue ever get tired of being a part of you? Yeah, one of them students learned stuff from Jia Chu. Heard tell y'all been using some kind of strange technique from out yonder. Shin, what's it? Using some energy protection and technique, right? Apparently y'all become tough as augmentations, they say. You convert that shin or whatever into strength to make light rings around your body parts or weapons, and that's supposed to be Mang, am I right? I've been trying to learn how that thing works. Been waiting for an opportunity to test it out. Pretty sure it can make one Mang by now. I see you try your own against mine, see? Lei Hung looked at Jilu with a shit-eating grin. We don't know Jilu. We're barely even acquaintances. There's no way she'd risk her life for people who are essentially strangers. What about Wei? Do they even know each other? I seriously doubt he's as close to her as he is to us. It might sound cold, but even we're not really that close to Wei either. I can't bring myself to ask her to risk her life like that. He's probably not kidding either. Lei Hung's surrounded by at least a few dozen bodies, but there's not even a scratch on him. Wei struggles to speak through labored breaths, but his eyes tell me that he's already accepted his fate. I only need my lady to be safe. This catastrophe was entirely my fault. If I'd paid more attention to our surroundings, she won't have anyone when I'm gone. Please keep her safe. Instead of begging for his life, Wei asked us to look after Jia Shichun instead, as he's always done. Is Wei... Shilu looks at Honglu. Important to you? Truth be told, Wei probably isn't all that important to Honglu. Wei was Jia Shichun's loyal follower, and that was pretty much it. Honglu said he hadn't interacted much with him back in Daguanyuan either. But I imagine that Honglu would probably rather not see the people he cares about shedding more tears. He'd seen more than enough of that since the annihilation of the Kong family. And that goes for us too. Can we cut him off just like that? We hadn't talked to him very much, but we'd spent a pretty significant amount of time together. And quietly, we've grown to care more about him. We learned more about who he was, about the kind of person his master, Jia Shichun, was. Whenever we ran into them in all kinds of odd places, we were happy to meet them, and we really wanted them to do well. We didn't want either of them to die. They were the first allies we'd ever made of our own volition, no matter how short-lived that alliance was. If we let him kill Wei here, we'd be adding another regret to our pasts, knowing that we'd let someone down again. As we are reminded every time we meet Assad and see her subtle yet noticeable sadness. We'll blame ourselves, we'll resent our weakness, we won't stop thinking about how we could have prevented this if we were stronger. We've died and killed countless times in our journey here, but death is the kind of force that swoops in our moments of dejection to remind us that we can never get used to it. Speak. I know we can't save everyone. We've seen enough deaths of our friends, allies, and those who could have been friends to know that. There wasn't any reason Wei should be special. I wasn't making some promise with myself to never let anyone even remotely close to us die again either. But Honglu, I want Mr. Wei to live. I don't want Shichun to be sad when we meet again. No, you don't have any reason to listen to me, Jilu, but Okay. Zilu didn't even let Honglu finish. She straight up to Lei Hung. Cut me down, no, Chi Hui. Very well. Very well, Maisalang. Ju-Star the Unrestrained. Wait, what are you? Flame bursts forth, wreathing Lei Hung's intimidating Podao that rises into a raging pillar of fire before a single ring of light materializes around it. On the other hand, a warm, comforting light, presumably the same light Lei Hung mentioned earlier, began to radiate and shimmer from Zilu's body. I'm Lei Hung, cop of the thumb, one of the 10 blades of the east. I'll cut you down with all my might. Do you intend to cut me with your tongue? And as though on cue, Lei Hung slashed at Zilu's unmoving body with a diagonal cut. The sheer wind pressure and the heat from this slash was powerful enough to push some of us back. But Zilu was still standing, silently as she had been. Hot diggity. I wasn't going for the head, but it's some miracle you managed to survive that hit. That shin thingamajig's one mighty sturdy thing, ain't it? Hands all tingly. Well, it still ain't quite invincibility, is it? You're barely hanging on, ain't you? Blood burst from Zilu the moment Lei Hung asked, and... Miss Zilu! Hung ran up to Zilu to stop her fall. Miss Zilu, why did you... Because it sufficed. The reply that you did not wish to see the one you cared deeply for, sad. Zilu continues resolutely despite the gushing blood. And that is the true humanity that I have learned. My path of justice, my humanity. I'll leave the rest to you, Clock. This woman whom I'd not even exchanged a single word with calls me a friendly nickname. And her own life's on the line. Ooh-wee! Finally got that annoying bunny out of the way. Alrighty, I made her my word and she knows it. That's why she let me cut her up so good. That Lei Hung kicked way in our direction. Take him. 3-4 months of recovery, he should be back on his feet. Well, if you survive me today, that is. You're gonna take the young master and get that door open, ain't you? Well then. Lei Hung begins walking in our direction, cracking his neck. Y'all ready to go around? Should be able to wrap this up by the time they're done with the ritual thing. Come on, let's dance. I don't have the time for that though. Yeah.
죄송합니다. 응대에 문제가 생긴 것 같습니다. 다음번엔 심려를 끼치지 않을 수 있도록.
왜 아침부터?
Nice. Alright, Whatever that, regular old ego shard crate. I thought I just got one. Was I wrong? Yeah, I was. Okay. To get some modules, though, that's gonna be helpful. Yeah, time to raid out. Well, Asu is streaming. I just override her. As always, folks, thank you for watching. Peace be with you this day and all.